100,000 years ago, Jue Tiantong traversed into a world of fantasy and cultivation. After decades of arduous training, he ultimately stagnated at the 12th layer of the body-tempering realm. Yet his ordinary life was not entirely without accomplishment. After abandoning hope for cultivation, he married a woman of peerless beauty and fathered 9 sons. Alas, less than a month after the youngest son was born, Jue Tiantong's lifespan withered, and he passed away. Then one day, 100,000 years later, a black thunderbolt split open his grave. Jue Tiantong, who had long since died 100,000 years ago, sat up from the grave like a corpse risen from the dead. Over the Xianyang continent in the southern wasteland above the purple cloud mountain range, lightning flashed and thunder roared as gales howled, as if something momentous was about to occur. Even the dim sky itself inspired a sense of dread. With a crack, a single bolt of black lightning descended from heaven, and then the sky over the purple cloud mountain range returned to its former clear and sunny state. It was as if everything that had just happened had never occurred. Yet no one knew that in an inconspicuous valley at the edge of the purple cloud mountain range, a dilapidated old grave had been split open by that very black thunderbolt. The coffin which had preserved the corpse for tens of millennia was also shattered. Is it dawn? A figure suddenly sat up from the broken coffin, looking dazed. It was an old man with a weathered face, white hair, and beard, clad in a yellow burial robe. No. Have I been resurrected? Inside the coffin, Jue Tiantong seemed to finally realize what had happened. His murky yet profound eyes revealed shock. He was once a person from Blue Star who had traversed into the Xianyang continent. When he first traversed to the Xianyang continent, Jue Tiantong was extremely excited. Because according to the stories, every traverser was bound to have a golden finger. Jue Tiantong eagerly anticipated rising swiftly with the help of that golden finger and making his mark in this brand new wondrous fantasy world. However, much to his regret, after years of anticipation, Jue Tiantong never obtained the golden finger from the stories. Moreover, his talent was mediocre and his cultivation speed could only be described as snail-paced. He labored arduously for 60 years, only reaching the 12th layer of the body-tempering realm, unable to advance a single step further. After 60 years still without a golden finger, Jue Tiantong resigned himself to his fate. He married a woman of stunning beauty, and over the span of 10 years, she bore him 9 robust sons. Yet less than a month after the birth of his 9th child, Jue Tiantong's lifespan withered, and he passed away. But today, Jue Tiantong was utterly bewildered. Hadn't he already died? How was he alive again? The system may be late, but it never misses. Congratulations, host, you have been reborn. Just then, an electronic sound suddenly echoed in Jue Tiantong's mind, and he finally understood why he had come back to life. His golden finger had finally arrived. Holy crap, system, has my golden finger finally come? The system was late, but it had come at last. The ancients did not deceive me. Every traverser indeed has a golden finger. However, his golden finger had arrived many years late. So system, how many years exactly are we talking about? Not many, merely 100,000 years. What? 100,000 years? Jue Tiantong's eyes bulged. It had already been 100,000 years. 100,000 years. A full 100,000 years. Do you know how I spent these 100,000 years? You were late by 100,000 years. For these 100,000 years you were buried. Jue Tiantong was so furious he almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. Damn system, you make it sound so easy. If you hadn't been late by 100,000 years, would he have been buried? If this damn system had arrived earlier, wouldn't he now be soaring through the skies, plucking stars, and grabbing the moon, carefree and unrestrained? How could he have given up all hope and married like a mortal, fathering children? What's more, 9 children in 10 years? Heaven knows how hard those 10 years from 80 to 90 were. If not for those 10 years, even though his cultivation at the 12th layer of body tempering could never advance, he could have easily lived to 200 years. But, if it had come 100,000 years earlier, how could I have come to this? After calming down, Jue Tiantong let out a deep sigh. 100,000 years had passed. He wondered how many years his 9 sons had lived. As for his beautiful wife, an ordinary mortal, she must have passed away not long after he did. He only regretted for his children. Perhaps several of them had not even survived to adulthood. Ding, emotion triggered passively. System is collecting relevant data. Passive trigger. Collecting data. Just as Jue Tiantong was puzzled, a series of information emerged in the system space, visible only to him. Eldest son Zhu Wushuang attained the Tao of the Great Emperor 60,000 years ago. Current cultivation, 12th layer of Emperor realm. Title Wushuang, Great Emperor. Master of Wushuang Emperor sect. Second son Zhu Wuji attained the Tao of the Great Emperor 59,000 years ago. Current cultivation, 12th layer of Emperor realm. Title Wuji, Great Emperor. Master of Wuji Immortal Gate. Third son Zhu Wuya attained the Tao of the Great Emperor 58,000 years ago. Current cultivation, 12th layer of Emperor realm. Title Wuya, Great Emperor. Master of Wuya Holy Land. Fourth son Zhu Wudao attained the Tao of the Great Emperor 57,000 years ago. Ninth son Zhu Wuchen attained the Tao of the Great Emperor 51,000 years ago. Current cultivation 12th layer of Emperor realm. Title Wuchen, Great Emperor. Master of Wuchen Immortal Sect. Zhu Wushuang, Zhu Wuji, Zhu Wuya, Zhu Wudao, and Zhu Wuchen. Jue Tiantong said in shock, "Aren't those all the names of my 9 sons?" "Yes, host, they are your 9 sons from 100,000 years ago." "What? They are really my sons? They are still alive?" And, seeing the information and the system's reply, Jue Tiantong swallowed hard and realized, "Holy crap, all my sons are invincible." "Yes, host, your 9 offspring are all relatively invincible on the current Xianyang continent, each able to overpower many veteran emperor-level powerhouses. Their cultivation has reached the pinnacle of the Xianyang continent. Ha 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 ha, my sons are invincible. All 9 of my sons have become great emperors." Jue Tiantong jumped straight out of the shattered coffin. His aged face was now radiant, and he was completely excited and exhilarated. "System, come on, take me to find my sons." Host, allow this system to speak bluntly. "You are currently low in cultivation, weak in strength, unkempt in appearance, and entirely a shabby old man. Who would believe you are the father of those emperor sons? Therefore, the most likely outcome is that before you even meet your children, you will be stopped, or even killed, as an ant pretending to be the father of an emperor." Jue Tiantong paused, touched his half-foot-long white beard, looked at his yellow burial robe, and considered his extremely weak cultivation at the 12th layer of body tempering. If he really tried to find his emperor sons, would he be able to reach them? It seemed that only by becoming stronger could he have the power to meet his emperor sons. Moreover, 100,000 years had passed. Perhaps his emperor sons no longer remembered having such a weak. Forget it now that he had a golden finger. Becoming stronger should be simple, right? System, since you're here, hurry up and open the newbie gift pack. Just casually raise my cultivation to the emperor realm. Very sorry, host, there is no newbie gift pack. What? No newbie gift pack? Then how do I become stronger? This system is called the Become Stronger Only by Being Saved system. Whenever you are rescued by your descendants, a system reward is triggered. In later stages, the system will upgrade to a sacrifice system. Cultivation techniques, martial skills, divine weapons, elixirs, etc. are all within the triggered system rewards. Other than that, the system will not provide any assistance at any time or any place. All daily cultivation resources must be acquired by you alone. Any gifted resources are considered invalid. Hearing the system's reply, Jue Tiantong was dumbfounded. A system where you become stronger only by being... What a damn scam system this is. No system gift pack, only rewards triggered by being rescued. And all gifted resources are invalid. Even resources from his emperor sons won't work. Heavens! Jue Tiantong suddenly had a strong sense of foreboding. This system wanted him to go seek death. It wanted him to find resources on his own. Forget it. Forget it. Don't be angry. Isn't it just getting stronger by seeking death? Who can't do that? System, how do I ensure my emperor sons come to my rescue in time? Don't let them arrive only after I'm dead, right? Don't worry, host. Whenever you are in need, just shout out your son's name. That's it. Jue Tiantong stroked his half-foot-long beard, frowned slightly, then said, "Seems quite Leaving the Ziyun Mountains, Jue Tiantong grew more and more aggrieved. Other transmigrators all had system welcome packages. Why was he, Jue Tiantong, denied one? Moreover, other transmigrators occasionally received resource rewards from their systems. Why did Jue Tiantong have to be rescued before triggering any system rewards? Among countless transmigration systems, why had he encountered such a disappointing one? With this thought, Jue Tiantong turned back toward the Ziyun Mountains. Wretched system, I, Jue Tiantong, want to see what system reward will be triggered after being saved by my own emperor. If the triggered reward was mediocre, then this system wasn't worth keeping. Even if he had to toss away his old pride, weren't his 9 emperor-level sons enough to help him grow stronger quickly? An hour later, Jue Tiantong's yellow burial clothes were tattered, his chi was disordered, and he was wounded. His expression was tense, mixed with anticipation and excitement. His luck was simply too good. He had found a newborn wolf cub. Now he was atop 100-jong peak. Because he had found a wolf cub, he was surrounded by a dense pack of Zio. Although most of the Zio poison wolves were at the same body tempering level as him, there were several at the chi condensation. What made Jue Tiantong's heart tremble most was that in the sky ahead, a Zio poison wolf with a body 3 zhang long and nearly 2 zhang tall stood in midair, its gaze locked on him. No. Precisely speaking, it stared at the Zio poison wolf cub in Jue Tiantong's hands held by the neck. So strong. In Jue Tiantong's knowledge, only core formation experts could truly stand in the void. Thus, the 3 Zhanglong Zio Poison Wolf King in the sky must be a great demon at the core formation. Moreover, judging by the core formation mark on its forehead, the Wolf King was on the verge of breaking through to the divine treasury realm. A beast of this level could squash Jue Tiantong into a pulp with a single slap. If not for the cub he held as hostage, he would already be bones and ashes. Human, release our young master, and he'll grant you a whole corpse. Suddenly Jue Tiantong's expression shifted drastically, his heart leaping. Could a core formation demon beast speak human language? In his memory, didn't demon beasts only gain the ability to speak after reaching the ascending to the heavens realm? Could it be that after 100,000 years demon beasts could speak at core formation? Buzz. As that voice resounded, a massive purple spatial vortex appeared in the sky ahead. And from within the purple vortex, a hunched white-haired elder stepped forth, leaning on a purple gold walking stick. However, on the white-haired elder's forehead was a mark that only a Zeo poison wolf should possess. At this moment, seeing the elder appear, Jue Tiantong trembled all over, unprecedented terror surging in his heart. A Zeo poison wolf expert in human form. Like a thunderbolt crashing into Jue Tiantong's mind, his aged face instantly turned ashen, and intense fear filled his eyes. 100,000 years ago, Jue Tiantong had spent his entire life only reaching the 12th layer of body, but through his efforts he knew that the cultivation realms of demon beasts were basically the same as those of human experts. The only difference was that human experts divided each realm into 12 layers from 1st heaven to 12th heaven, while demon beasts subdivided each realm into 6 stages: early, mid, late, peak perfection, and great perfection. Moreover, from what Jue Tiantong understood, demon beasts needed to reach the ascending to the heavens realm to speak human language. To take human form and walk the world, they had to achieve the sage realm. Thus the voice that had suddenly spoken earlier was not from the peak core formation Zeo Poison Wolf King. So the hunched elder who emerged from the spatial vortex, bearing the Zeo Poison Wolf mark on his forehead, was the sage realm ancestor of the Zeo Poison Wolf clan. Heavens! What kind of luck is this for me, Jue Tiantong? He had only wanted to find a few strong beasts to put himself in danger, then summon his emperor son to save him and test what system reward would be triggered. But how had he offended the sage realm ancestor of the Zeo Poison Wolf clan? Wushan Emperor, come save your father soon. You brat Jue Wushan, if you don't show up now, your father will die. A fearful cry immediately resounded through the Ziyun Mountains. Jue Tiantong had already asked the system. The southern wilderness where he was now was exactly the domain ruled by his 6th son Jue Wushan. In the sky, the sage realm ancestor of the Zeo Poison Wolf, who had just stepped out of the void vortex, was startled by that sudden shout from Jue Tiantong. Then the sage realm ancestor flew into a rage. Bastard, how dare you utter the venerable name of the Wushan Emperor? You seek death. With a sweep of his hand, a claw print shattered the void and crushed toward Jue Tiantong. At this moment, the ancestor no longer cared about the wolf cub in Jue Tiantong's hands. Compared to the offense against the Wushan Emperor, the clan's young master was insignificant. Thus, even if the young master of the Zeo Poison Wolf perished, he would still make this ant who offended the Wushan Emperor vanish into nothing. It's over. This system really can't be trusted. It said it would come with a single call. Now there won't even be a burial. At this moment, as the sage realm ancestor struck, Jue Tiantong felt as if he had fallen into an icy abyss. Beyond thought, even breathing stopped. He could only watch helplessly as the claw print rapidly approached. But just as despair peaked, that claw, already less than 3 chi away, came to a sudden halt. Then it dissipated. Even everything around seemed to freeze completely. Even the wind ceased entirely. At this moment, the sage realm ancestor of the Zeo Poison Wolf was greatly alarmed. Yet he found that he himself could not move. Whoosh! Suddenly a golden light descended from the sky. The heavens above the Ziyun Mountains seemed to open a heavenly gate. Within that gate, golden light shone pure, and an overwhelming imperial pressure enveloped the entire mountain range. A magnificent man in flowing black robes descended, his bearing like that of an immortal, his expression stern and commanding. Behind him 12 swords hovered in a circular array, each with Emperor Dao patterns interlinking. W.W. Wushan Emperor. The sage realm ancestor of the Zeo Poison Wolf was utterly stunned as he gazed upon the being descending as if from a heavenly gate. 30,000 years. Since quelling the southern wilderness demon beast rebellion 30,000 years ago, he finally beheld the Wushan Emperor once more. The restraint vanished, and the countless Zeo Poison Wolves prostrated on the ground. Even the sage realm ancestor knelt down. Zeo Dushio pays respects to the Wushan Emperor. Yet the divine man descending from the heavenly gate stared in shock at the disheveled, aged Jue Tiantong below, clad in tattered burial clothes. You. Jue Wushan's expression tightened, his heart shaken. Who exactly are you? My heavens. Is this the peak powerhouse of the 12 heavens in the Emperor realm? The sense of oppression is overwhelming. Upon seeing the descending powerhouse, Jue Tiantong's heart surged like a tumultuous wave, and his heart raced violently. This is his 6th son Jue Wushan, a peak powerhouse of the 12 heavens in the Emperor realm, one of the most powerful beings in the entire Xianyang continent. Gulp. Hearing Jue Wushan's question, Jue Tiantong swallowed hard, trying to calm his emotions. You little brat, it's only been a mere 100,000 years. How is it that you don't even recognize your own father? What? Upon hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Jue Wushan felt as if struck by a thunderbolt, looking at Jue Tiantong in disbelief. You You really are my deceased father Jue Tiantong. In that moment, childhood memories surged into Jue Wuxian's mind. When his father Jue Tiantong passed away due to the depletion of his lifespan, Jue Wuxian was not yet 5 years old. However, even back then Jue Wuxian could remember many things. For instance, he clearly remembered the appearance of his father Jue Tiantong as he passed away. Even now, after 100,000 years, the moment he saw the person before him, he recalled his father's face. It was precisely for this reason that Jue Wuxian was so shocked. The person before him resembled his deceased father Jue Tiantong too closely. No, it wasn't just a resemblance, it was as if he was carved from the same mold. Moreover, Jue Wuxian was equally astonished by his sudden arrival in this place. He did not understand why he had descended here, but he felt a peculiar calling power. However, what was most unbelievable to him was that the person before him, could it be that his father who had died 100,000 years ago had come back to life? If I am indeed your father Jue Tiantong. What a little brat you are! Have you become so powerful in the emperor realm that you can't even recognize your own father? Jue Tiantong snorted coldly, no longer showing the fear and shock he had before. What could an emperor do? He was still Jue Tiantong's son. Little brat. Hearing these words, Jue Wuxian finally confirmed. This disheveled old man dressed in tattered funeral clothes was exactly like his father Jue Tiantong. Because in the entire Xianyang continent, only his father dared to call him little brat. Moreover, Jue Wuxian felt a strong bloodline connection with the unkempt old man before him. Furthermore, Jue Wuxian could sense that his bloodline was inherited from the person before him. So this was indeed his father Jue Tiantong. Father, it really is you. Confirming that the person before him was indeed his father, Jue Wuxian still found it hard to believe. So father, have you come back to life? Oh heavens! Destruction! At this moment, the Saint Realm ancestor of the purple mist poison wolf, who was still kneeling, was terrified by the situation that unfolded before him. What on earth is happening? He was merely a small demon clan saint. How could he know such secrets of the Wuxian? The purple mist poison wolf swore that if given the choice, even if he had to choose 100 times, he would not want to know today's events. That mere human ant who was only at the body refinement realm turned out to be the father of the Wuxian emperor. Such secrets, if revealed, would certainly cause a stir throughout the entire Xianyang continent. And as the first person to know such secrets, having just attempted to kill the father of the Wuxian emperor, he was undoubtedly doomed. Moreover, even his own purple mist poison wolf clan might completely vanish from the Xianyang continent. Enough, since you have saved your father, you may go back now. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Jue Wuxian was taken aback. No, father, what do you mean? You want return with me? Not returning, I still want to train myself. Jue Tiantong replied directly. When I become as powerful as you one day, I will naturally return. Jue Wuxian furrowed his brow. He truly could not comprehend the thoughts of his father who had died and suddenly come back to life after 100,000 years. Could it be? Jue Wuxian suddenly thought, could his father really be fake? But that shouldn't be the case. As an emperor, he could clearly feel the bloodline connection between him and his father, so his father could not be fake. Or was it just a dream? Otherwise, a normal person with a child who is already an emperor would not need to venture out. Yes, this must be a dream. Since it's a dream, then he should comply with his father's wishes. After all, it had been 100,000 years, and he had finally dreamt of his father. He shouldn't disobey. However, just as he was about to leave, Jue Wuxian looked at the trembling, kneeling purple mist poison wolf and said, "So you just tried to kill my father?" "A Wuxian emperor, no. I. Bang. A burst of blood mist dispersed as the wolf clan saint who tried to kill Jue Tiantong was directly obliterated by Jue Wuxian. Those who wished to kill the father of the Wuxian emperor could only face death. As for the other wolf clan members, they were also banished to a desolate area in the Purple Cloud Mountains. It was feared that within 10,000 years no powerhouse of the Saint Realm would be born among these wolf clan members. Even the wolf cub in Jue Tiantong's hands was banished as well. Jue Tiantong looked astonished. My wolf cub. The reason Jue Tiantong picked up that wolf cub was that he discovered the cub had an extraordinary talent mark. Moreover, he had specifically asked the system, and if all went well, it would surely become a mighty being in the future. Not to mention becoming the emperor of the wolf clan, but becoming a peak saint of the wolf clan was a certainty. If he trained and tamed it, it would certainly be a great help. But what was the outcome? That little brat Jue Wuxian not only wiped out the purple mist poison wolf saint when leaving, but also banished the entire wolf clan. Jue Tiantong had no objections to this. But dear son, why did you also banish the wolf cub in your father's hands? I forget it. System, my little brat saved me, so are there any rewards from the system? Sure enough, this time Jue Tiantong heard the voice he loved. Ding, the host has been saved by his sixth son Jue Wuxian, triggering this system's 9-star reward. This time the system triggers rewards totaling 3. Reward 1, Chaos Supreme, Divine King Body. Reward 2, Complete Cultivation of the 12 Heavens of the Yuan Dan Realm. Reward 3, Infinite Upgradable Transcendent Level Technique Wuxiang Tongming Heart Sutra. Chaos Supreme Divine King Body. After fusion, the host's original body will transform into the Chaos Supreme Divine King Body, allowing him to suppress powerful enemies across one major realm regardless of any realm. Yuan Dan Realm's 12 Heavens cultivation. After receiving the host, can possess the complete cultivation of the 12 heavens of the Yuan Dan Realm without needing to comprehend it. Transcendent level technique Wuxiang Tongming Heart Sutra. After cultivating this technique, the host's talent, comprehension, learning ability, and cultivation speed will at least be enhanced tenfold, and this technique can be infinitely upgraded. 9-star rewards. Chaos Supreme Divine King Body. Complete cultivation of the 12 heavens of the Yuan Dan Realm. An infinitely upgradable technique Wuxiang Tongming Heart Sutra. Seeing the system's rewards, Jue Tiantong's expression was simply overjoyed. This system truly did not. This adventure was definitely worth it. System claim all rewards. Ding system rewards successfully granted. A moment later. Host Jue Tiantong. Special Chaos Supreme Divine King Body. Initial stage, early, mid, late, great completion, peak, full, great, full. Cultivation realm Yuan Dan Realm 12 heavens can suppress peak powerhouses of the divine concealment realm across realms. Cultivation technique Transcendent level technique Wuxiang Tongming Heart Sutra technique level low tier technique mid tier technique high tier technique top tier technique Transcendent level technique Emperor level technique Immortal level technique Divine level technique. Cultivation martial skill low tier martial skill Shao Wuxiang hands. Weapon use none. Seeing the information in the system space, Jue Tiantong was in an extremely good mood. The cultivation of the Yuan Dan Realm's 12 heavens felt wonderful. Moreover, due to possessing the Chaos Supreme Divine King Body, he could now suppress a powerhouse of the divine concealment realm at the 12 heavens across one major realm. Very good. Since that's the case, let's find a place to test my current strength. As for danger, Jue Tiantong was not afraid at all. In the southern wilderness within the depths of the forbidden area of the Wuxin Dao sect's main hall, Jue Wuxin slowly opened his eyes while propping his head with his right hand, sighing. Indeed, it was just a dream after all. However, Jue Wuxin then pondered, but why did I suddenly have such a strange dream today? Moreover, I dreamt that my father, who has been dead for 100,000 years, has come back to life. Jue Wuxin gazed towards the sky outside the hall, saying, Mother, where did you suddenly disappear to back then? And where did you bury father? Over the years, we 9 brothers have all achieved the status of emperors, and have also had children to continue our lineage, yet we still cannot find any trace of you. We haven't even been able to find the location of father's grave. On the other side, after leaving the Ziyun mountain range, Jue Tiantong finally found a decent sect. Xunyuan sect. Jue Tiantong had inquired that this Xunyuan sect is one of the 14 regions of the southern wilderness, a well-known cultivation sect in the Ziyun region. With over 3,000 disciples and experts at the Ascendancy realm stationed there for Jue Tiantong today, let alone an expert at the Ascendancy realm, even a person of the Dharma aspect realm would pose a significant danger. But with 9 children at the Emperor level, does he need to fear danger? Absolutely not. Thus, all he needed to do was provoke those formidable beings he couldn't contend with, and let his children rescue him, thereby triggering the system's rewards. After a few such interactions, wouldn't he become invincible? Of course, Jue Tiantong wouldn't let his emperor sons destroy the Xunyuan sect. After all, his goal was merely to face danger and trigger the system's rescue function without the need to truly kill anyone. However, taking the opportunity to reap some benefits wouldn't hurt. Who dares to fight me, little brats of Xunyuan sect? A sudden roar echoed before the mountain gate of the Xunyuan sect, startling the disciples guarding the gate. Simultaneously, that voice caught the attention of many within the Xunyuan sect. As the voice resounded, a disheveled old man in tattered funeral clothes appeared at the mountain gate of the Xunyuan. Seeing the suddenly arrived white-haired elder, the 7 or 8 disciples guarding the gate were somewhat astonished. The old man who came flying was actually a powerful being at the nascent core realm. How dare you, old beggar, trespass into my Xunyuan sect? Hearing one of the disciples' words, Jue Tiantong was taken aback. Beggar. He glanced at his tattered funeral garment, realizing it did indeed look quite beggarly. Had he known, he would have asked Jue Wuxin to leave him a decent outfit. With a swish, Jue Tiantong's figure flickered as he slapped the disciple, sending him flying several meters away. Disrespectful, you deserve to be punished. Then Jue Tiantong turned his cold gaze towards the other frightened disciples of the Xunyuan sect, saying, If you don't want to get hit, hand over your spirit stones. What? We are disciples of the Xunyuan sect. Slap. Jue Tiantong's figure flashed again, slapping the one who spoke 6 or 7 meters away. So what if you're a disciple of the Xunyuan sect? I'm still the father of an emperor. A mere disciple of the Xunyuan sect dares to act insolently before me. Just then, several powerful auras approached from afar. Who is so bold as to act recklessly in my Xunyuan sect? Seeking death. With a roar, a bearded giant flew over, first striking out with his right hand, sending a massive gray-white palm towards Jue Tiantong. An expert of the nascent core realm. Jue Tiantong sensed the incoming person's cultivation and disdainfully threw a punch. Boom. The massive gray-white palm shattered as his powerful fist landed heavily on the chest of the bearded giant. Ow. In an instant a scream erupted, blood spewed forth, and the nascent core realm bearded giant was sent flying several yards, crashing heavily to the ground. You. The bearded giant pointed a trembling finger at Jue Tiantong, unable to stop himself from spitting out blood again. How is this possible? He actually defeated Elder Hao Run with one punch. He clearly only has the cultivation of the 12th level of the nascent core realm, yet he could overpower Elder Hao Run, who is at the 6th level of the nascent core realm. One by one powerful figures arrived, utterly shocked at the scene before them. One elder of the Shun Yuan sect, older and possessing the 8th level of the nascent core realm, had a solemn expression as he cupped his fist, saying, "May I ask your esteemed name, friend? Why have you suddenly come to stir trouble in my Shun Yuan sect?" Stir trouble? Jue Tiantong snorted dismissively. "I am impoverished, and as you can see, I currently don't even have a decent set of clothes. Therefore, I've come to borrow some things from your Shun Yuan sect. Not much, just prepare a few decent outfits for me along with 100,000 medium-grade spirit stones and 2,000 spirit herbs, and I will no longer make things difficult for your Shun Yuan sect. Otherwise." Jue Tiantong's eyes narrowed slightly. "Today I will make sure that the Shun Yuan sect is in chaos. You are outrageous. This is simply too audacious." Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, an elder of the 7th level of the nascent core realm from the Shun Yuan sect became enraged, pointing at Jue Tiantong. "You old fool, with your mere nascent core cultivation, how dare you speak such nonsense in my Shun Yuan sect? You truly do not know the meaning of death." Clang. That elder directly drew a long sword, saying, "Today, I will teach you a lesson. A mere ant dares to provoke my Shun Yuan sect. Even if I don't kill you, I will make sure you can't get up. Ant, look at my sword." Bang. Up. Suddenly, before anyone could react, the elder of the 7th level of the nascent core realm, who intended to discipline Jue Tiantong with his sword, was unable to respond at all, and was sent flying with a scream. On his face was a bright red palm print. "With such weak strength you dare to shout in front of me." Jue Tiantong transformed into a blur, appearing before the elder of the 7th level of the nascent core realm, unleashing a flurry of blows. Bang, bang, bang. Ow, ow, ow. In an instant, amidst the barrage of punches and kicks, the elder of the 7th level of the nascent core realm from the Shun Yuan sect let out a horrifying scream. Not far away, the elder named Hao Run, who had been sent flying by Jue Tiantong's punch, curled up on the ground, instinctively covering his head with his hands. Every time he heard the scream of that elder of the 7th level of the nascent core realm, he couldn't help but tremble. It was too cruel. A dignified elder of the Shun Yuan sect and a strong one at the 7th level of the nascent core realm was actually beaten into a pig's head by an old beggar with only nascent core cultivation. How tragic. Damn it, stop. Let's all attack together and suppress him. Voices rang out as 4 or 5 other elders of the Shun Yuan sect finally lost their composure and joined forces to try to suppress Jue Tiantong. Among them, 2 were at the 7th level of the nascent core realm, 2 at the 8th level, and 1 at the 9th level. Each of them possessed formidable strength. Bang, bang, bang. However, in less than 3 breaths, those elders of the Shun Yuan sect at the nascent core realm were sent flying in different directions, crashing down in disarray outside the mountain gate. "You few misfits think you can suppress me. You are overestimating yourselves." Looking at the moaning elders of the Shun Yuan sect on the ground, Jue Tiantong maintained his arrogant demeanor and strode into the Shun Yuan sect, saying, 100,000 medium-grade spirit stones, 2,000 spirit herbs. Since you won't give them willingly, I will have to take them myself. With merely the peak of the primordial pill realm, you can easily suppress a divine treasury, 9th heaven strongman. Old fellow, I do admit you have some skill, but that does not mean you can do whatever you please in my Shun Yuan sect. The moment Jue Tiantong stepped into the Shun Yuan sect, an elder in a gray robe with a half-foot-long beard and disheveled gray-white hair appeared in the sky ahead. Moreover, behind that powerful figure hovered a phantom that resembled him in appearance, but was at least 3 times larger than his entire body. At that moment, the instant he saw that person, Jue Tiantong immediately felt an intense sense of oppression. Even the man's gaze alone was like a sharp blade, incredibly piercing. A powerhouse of the Dharma aspect realm. Moreover, judging by the 3 Dharma aspect imprints on the forehead of the phantom behind him, he was a Dharma aspect triple heaven strongman. Such a powerful figure was simply no match for Jue Tiantong, who currently only had the cultivation of the primordial pill realm 12th heaven. With a single misstep, the opponent could kill him in one move. Seeing Jue Tiantong at this moment, that Dharma aspect triple heaven expert from the Shun Yuan sect stepped through the void step by step, saying, "Old fellow, though you have some strength with your mere peak of the primordial pill realm, you dare to be so audacious in my Shun Yuan sect. You have gone too far." Indeed, a mere Dharma aspect triple heaven nobody. What was he afraid of? The moment Jue Tiantong thought of his 9 children, who were now invincible experts at the great emperor realm, he put on that insufferably smug expression again, audacious. Ha ha, this old man has 9 sons at the great emperor realm, so what if I'm a little audacious? Jue Tiantong looked at him provokingly, let alone a small fry like you at Dharma aspect triple heaven, even the peak Inquisition experts of your Xinyuan sect. Dare they touch a single hair of this old man? 9 sons at the great emperor realm. The Dharma aspect triple heaven expert of the Xinyuan sect Yinsong was taken aback, then burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, delusion. A sheer delusion. A senile old man at the primordial pill realm, and you claim to have 9 children at the great emperor realm. Yinsong sneered at Jue Tiantong, if a doddering old fool, like you can have 9 great emperor children, then who in this world wouldn't be able to have offspring at the great emperor realm? You don't believe me. Jue Tiantong frowned slightly. Though the one appearing before him was merely a small figure at Dharma aspect triple heaven, he had already decided to summon another great emperor's son to rescue him. After all, although he was deliberately provoking the Xinyuan sect, he could not push it too far. If by accident a stronger person suddenly appeared and killed him, the gain would not outweigh the loss. Since you don't believe me, this old man will summon one of my great emperor children for you to see. When that happens, don't you? Jue Tiantong looked inward at the information in the system space. So this time who should he call? Ants of the Xinyuan sect, your grandpa Jue Yan is here again. Suddenly, just as Jue Tiantong was about to summon someone, a rough, booming roar resounded from the high sky of the Xinyuan sect. Boom. Then amid a spatial tremor, a huge vortex, several zhang in radius, appeared in the sky above the Thereafter a young powerhouse with a 9-foot stature and a robust physique looking like a brute ox descended from the sudden massive vortex. So strong. Jue Tiantong was both shocked and puzzled. He hadn't called anyone yet, so how did this one come? No. This brute ox could not possibly be any of his 9 sons. Because although the aura of this brute ox was vast and powerful, it was simply incomparable to the aura exuded when Zhu Wuxian had appeared earlier. Therefore this suddenly arrived brute ox was not a great emperor realm expert. But it was certain that this brute ox was extremely powerful, far more powerful than any Dharma aspect realm expert. Possibly at the peak Inquisition realm, or even the Celestial King realm. Or perhaps even a quasi-saint, or so now had he encountered an even greater crisis. Jue Tiantong swallowed nervously. Call for help. He had to call for help. If he didn't summon someone quickly, he feared for his life. But with Yinsong's voice, Jue Tiantong was stunned again. Jue Yan. You scourge, why are you here again? Swoosh swoosh swoosh. As Yinsong's words fell from various directions within the Xinyuan sect, dozens of powerful experts of the sect appeared in the sky. Most of those Xinyuan sect experts had their own Dharma aspects hovering behind them. Among them, 3 had small cauldron phantoms floating above the heads of their Dharma aspects. One had 3 small cyan cauldrons floating behind his Dharma aspect, another had 8 small red cauldrons, and the third had 10 small crimson cauldrons. Those 3 were all peak Inquisition realm experts, namely Zhao Yu at peak Inquisition triple heaven, Zhao Kai at peak Inquisition 8th heaven, and Zhao Wuming at peak Inquisition 10th heaven. Zhao Yu looked angry, but with resignation. Zhu Yan, you are simply going too far. Just months ago you took 300,000 mid-grade primordial stones from my Xinyuan sect. Do you intend to plunder again today? Zhao Kai was equally furious. Zhu Yan, though you are now a Celestial King realm expert, if pushed to the brink, this old man will use the entire sect's power to perish together with you. Zhao Wuming, the highest in cultivation, spoke less forcefully. Zhu Yan, do not be too aggressive. Withdraw now, and I will pretend you never set foot in my Xinyuan sect today. Hearing the words of those Xinyuan sect experts and seeing their tense and serious expressions, Jue Tiantong finally turned to look at the brute ox that had descended into the sky of the sect. Zhu Yan. Could he be a descendant of Jue Tiantong? Moreover, at this moment Jue Tiantong indeed sensed a faint trace of bloodline power. Going too far. Perish together. Zhu Yan's tiger-like frame trembled in the sky, and instantly a crimson wave of air radiated outward, forcing the Xinyuan sect experts to retreat repeatedly. With just you lot do you have such strength? Also, don't you have any idea why I came again? Relying on your sect's power, aren't you usually fond of bullying? Now I am strong, and you are weak. Do you feel what it's like to be oppressed by the strong? Zhu Yan suddenly noticed the disheveled Jue Tiantong below looked just like now. You accuse me of going too far, but isn't your Xinyuan sect also bullying others? You bastards. That is clearly just an old man at the primordial pill realm, yet you want to suppress him with a Dharma aspect realm expert. Aren't you also going too far? Seeing that Jue Tiantong was wearing a tattered shroud and dared to break into the Xinyuan sect, with only a mere primordial pill realm cultivation, Zhu Yan suddenly seemed to think of some infuriating scenario. Well, the Xinyuan sect has really outdone itself bullying a feeble old man like this. Let me guess what you have done. Zhu Yan pondered for a moment, then said, if I'm not mistaken, you scoundrels must have either seized his granddaughter or killed his grandson. So knowing that he would surely die, this pitiful old man put on his shroud and charged into your Xinyuan sect without regard for his life. His goal is to retrieve his granddaughter or avenge his grandson. Zhu Yin pointed at the peak Inquisition realm ancestor, Zhao Wuming of the Xinyuan sect. Tell me, is it true or not? As Zhu Yan's words fell, silence reigned within the Xinyuan sect. Everyone was stunned. It seemed as if a flock of crows flew over everyone's heads. Even Jue Tiantong was dumbfounded at this moment. Oh my, where did this weirdo come from? Putting on a burial shroud for himself, charging into the Xinyuan sect to seek revenge. Was that Zhu Yin who suddenly descended upon the Xinyuan sect truly his descendant Jue Tiantong? How could he possess such an inconceivable train of thought? Absurd. That Zhu Yin, as robust as a wild bull and with a mind unlike any other, was simply an absurdity. Ahem, allow me to say a few words. Just as Jue Tiantong was about to speak, Zhu Yin flickered and appeared before him, looking at him with a hint of pity. Old man, you need not say anything. Rest assured, today this matter, I, Zhu Yin, will handle it for you. Zhu Yin bent down, took Jue Tiantong's right hand, and patted it gently. Old man, just state your demands. Zhu Yin swept his fierce gaze over the Xinyuan sect's powerhouses one by one. Whether it be killing them to avenge your deceased grandson or demanding appropriate compensation, as long as you, old man, make your requests, I, Zhu Yin, will ensure they fulfill every single one of them. If they dare to oppose, I will annihilate this Xinyuan sect. Jue Tiantong was once again certain that this suddenly appearing Zhu Yin was indeed an absurdity. However, now that this brat Zhu Yin had suddenly intervened, summoning his emperor's son had lost its meaning. After all, the system's rules clearly stated that unless he, Jue Tiantong, was truly in danger, he could not summon his emperor offspring to rescue him. Thus, with Zhu Yan's interference, the Xinyuan sect no longer posed a threat to him. Zhu Yan's sudden arrival and meddling had also ruined his plan to deliberately provoke the Xinyuan sect. Summoning his emperor's son to trigger the system reward seemed impossible. So since Zhu Yin insisted on acting on his behalf, why not seize this opportunity to fleece the Xinyuan sect thoroughly? After all, the current Jue Tiantong was truly destitute, not even owning a decent set of clothes. Young friend Zhu Yin, can you truly act on my behalf? Zhu Yin patted his chest and declared, of course. I have now broken through to the 6th level of the Tianwang realm. If this insignificant Xinyuan sect dares to disobey, a single palm strike from me will suffice to make the entire sect vanish into oblivion. So, old man, state your demands. The 6th level of the Tianwang realm was indeed formidable for the Xin. In that case, Jue Tiantong then said, my demands are not high. 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones, 50,000 spiritual herbs, and a few new sets of clothing will do. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Zhu Yin was stunned. Good heavens, 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs. Zhu Yin looked at Jue Tiantong in disbelief. Old man, this is your demand. This was nothing short of a lion's mouth. How could a mere cultivator of the Yuan Dan realm dare to be so odd? Within the Xinyuan sect, Zhao Wuming, Zhao Kai, and the other powerhouses were equally stunned. Had their sect encountered a bandit today? And a bandit who was merely at the Yuan Dan realm? Seeing Zhu Yan's shocked expression, Jue Tiantong asked with some confusion, what's the matter, young friend Zhu Yan? Are my demands too high for you to fulfill on my behalf? Serves you right for meddling and ruining my plan to obtain the system reward. Now you're feeling the pinch, aren't you? At this moment, Jue Tiantong felt quite pleased with himself. That's not possible. The shock on Zhu Yan's face vanished, replaced by composure. A mere 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs are but a trifle for the Xinyuan sect. Such a small matter, I, Zhu Yin, can certainly handle it. Then Zhu Yin turned to face Zhao Wuming, the ancestor of the Xinyuan sect. You have all heard this old man's demands. Now proceed with the compensation according to his requests. Zhu Yin stepped into the air, his aura surging forth. Behind him, a radiant heavenly king's throne emerged, glowing with a dazzling red light. Moreover, upon that heavenly king's throne, 6 layers of crimson halos appeared. Each layer of halo represented a level of cultivation. The 6 layers of crimson halos signified that Zhu Yin was a powerhouse at the 6th level of the Tianwang realm. 6th level of the Tianwang realm. He truly is at the 6th level of the Tianwang realm. That Zhu Yin was indeed at the 6th level of the Tianwang realm filled Zhao Kai and the others of the Xinyuan sect with great shock. Such a formidable expert could wipe out the entire Xinyuan sect with a single palm strike, utterly beyond their current ability to contend. Ancestor, what should we do? Zhao Kai's expression was grim as he glanced at Jue Tiantong. Our Xinyuan sect has never offended this man. Must we really hand over so many cultivation resources just because of his words? Zhao Yu was also deeply reluctant. 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs. If we hand them over, our entire sect will have to tighten its belt for the next 3 years. In response, Zhao Wuming, the Xinyuan sect's ancestor, wore a grim expression. But this scourge Zhu Yin is convinced that we bullied that old man. If we don't comply with his demands, he will truly destroy the Xinyuan sect. Hearing Zhao Wuming's words, the powerhouses of the Xinyuan sect all hung their heads in despair, their eyes devoid of light. This scourge Zhu Yin, no one knew his origins. With formidable talent, immense strength, and an arrogance that looked down on everything, countless sects across the entire Ziyun domain dared not voice their anger. A few months ago, their Xinyuan sect had already been plundered by this scourge Zhu Yin of 300,000 mid-grade spirit stones, causing immense losses. Yet today, this very scourge had come to visit their Xinyuan sect once again. Seeing that the Xinyuan sect's powerhouses still hadn't produced the compensation, Zhu Yin, reclining on the heavenly king's throne high above, released a sliver of his aura. What? Does the Xinyuan sect intend to defy my will? Under that sliver of heavenly king aura, one by one, the Xinyuan sect powerhouses who had been standing in the air all came crashing down to the ground. At that moment, they truly understood how formidable and terrifying a Tianwang realm expert was. Even a mere wisp of aura was beyond their ability to withstand. Alas, forget it. Compared to the survival of the entire sect, we'll just have to live frugally for the next few years. Zhao Wuming sighed, helplessly reached out and grabbed 2 Qinkuan bags from the direction of the Xinyuan sect's treasury. One of the bags contained 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones. The other bag held exactly 50,000 spiritual herbs. Zhu Yin, here are the 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs. Zhao Wuming sent the 2 Qinkuan bags through the air to Zhu Yin. Please accept these items and trouble our Xinyuan sect no further. Zhao Wuming's expression was extremely grim. I will not hide it from you, sir. Currently, the total number of spirit stones in our sect's treasury is insufficient to support our disciples' cultivation for the next 3 months. If you continue to trouble our Xinyuan sect, we will have no choice but to face extinction. Taking the 2 Qinkuan bags in hand, Zhu Yan's brows furrowed slightly. This Xinyuan sect was so poor. Having visited them twice, a mere 500,000 mid-grade spirit stones had drained their entire reserves. If he plundered them completely, it would seem rather unsportsmanlike. After all, he was only after wealth, not the annihilation of the entire sect. Very well, he would let them fatten up again. Perhaps in a few years the Xinyuan sect would have amassed plenty of spirit stones once more. Then the heavenly king's throne vanished, and Zhu Yin tossed the 2 Qinkuan bags to Jue Tiantong. Old man, though the Xinyuan sect has wronged you, and your grandson's life cannot be redeemed. These 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs are still a vast fortune for you. Take these resources and find a place to hide and cultivate. Catching the 2 Qinkuan bags thrown by Zhu Yin, Jue Tiantong's heart was filled with immense surprise. Good heavens! He was actually given 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spiritual herbs. This outcome was utterly unexpected. Good. Good. They'll do as you say, old man will listen to you. They'll leave the Xinyuan sect right now and never set foot here again. Pocketing the 2 Qinkuan bags, Jue Tiantong immediately bolted out of the Xinyuan sect, and then flew away, as if escaping, vanishing from the sight of those Xinyuan sect members. Watching the disappearing Jue Tiantong, Zhu Yin suddenly frowned. Something was off. He had come to the Xinyuan sect today to collect spirit stones. But now he seemed to have gained nothing at all. And that old man who was only at the Yuandan realm had obtained a huge compensation from the Xinyuan sect thanks to his help, yet he didn't even offer a share of the spoils to express gratitude. How utterly lacking in propriety. No. The more he thought about it, the more unsettling it felt. Zhu Yin looked at the men of the Xinyuan sect with their deeply aggrieved and innocent expressions, then glanced at the direction Jue Tiantong had fled, as if escaping death. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Moreover, could a mere Yuandan realm cultivator truly have inflicted such injuries on the Xunsong realm elders at the Xinyuan sect's gates? Suddenly Zhu Yin realized he might have misunderstood something. In the next instant, he stepped out of the Xinyuan sect and pursued the direction Jue Tiantong had vanished. On the other side, after leaving the Xinyuan sect, Jue Tiantong fled at his utmost speed. Leveraging the advantages of his Chaos Supreme Divine King body and the enhancement from cultivating the Wu Xiang Tong Ming Heart Sutra, his speed was now 10 times that of an ordinary Yuandan realm cultivator. Thus, with this tenfold speed advantage, Jue Tiantong quickly covered hundreds of li and appeared before a map. Yin City. This city spanned 800 li in area, bustling with people and exceptionally prosperous. Only upon reaching the outskirts of Yin City did Jue Tiantong breathe a sigh of relief. Now, with 200,000 medium-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spirit herbs, the Yin City before him was the perfect place to hide and cultivate for a while. Ding. Host rescued by his own descendant Zhu Yin triggers a 6-star system reward. Congratulations, host. You have received the rewards: Xunsong Realm 6th Layer Cultivation, the Supreme Grade Alchemy Technique, Wu Xiang Ming Yin Alchemy Divine Art, and the Supreme Grade Alchemy Cauldron, the 9-Dragon Cauldron. Just as Jue Tiantong was about to enter Yin City, the system prompt nearly made him stumble. Rescued by Zhu Yin triggered a 6-star reward. Damn, that brute of a man was really Jue Tiantong's system. What is Zhu Yan's exact identity? Zhu Yin, 16th son of Zhu Wushan, the sect master of the Wushan Dao sect. Cultivation Heavenly King Realm 6th layer. Cultivation Art Imperial Grade Art Jin Yu Shinju. Martial Technique Imperial Grade Technique Jin Yu Shinji Shou. Weapon Supreme Grade Spirit Artifact Huang Dao Tian Ling Bao Ding. Seeing the information provided by the system, Jue Tiantong was astonished. Good heavens, that was Jue Tiantong's grandson. And the 16th son of that little brat Zhu Wushan. Heavens, that rascal Zhu Wushan could procreate even more than him. Truly a chip off the old block. But speaking of which, he had just tricked that grandson Zhu Yan. That lad might look simple, but he was no pushover. Most importantly, he didn't know Jue Tiantong's true identity. If he realized he had been duped, he might come after him. Thinking of this, Jue Tiantong quickly slipped into Yin City. The best hiding place is among the bustling crowds of a vast city. Would that grandson Zhu Yin be able to find him so easily? Half an hour later, Jue Tiantong had changed into a brand new blue robe and tidied himself up. Though he was only at the Yuan Dan realm 12th layer, with his blue robe and white hair and beard, he exuded an air of an immortal sage. In the western part of Yin City, on the 3rd floor of an inn called Yunhe Tower, inside a room. System claimed the reward. Ding. Reward successfully issued. As he claimed the reward, the aura around Jue Tiantong underwent a drastic transformation. His original Yuan Dan realm 12th layer cultivation effortlessly broke through to the Shinsong realm. Shinsong realm 1st layer. Shinsong realm 2nd layer. Shinsong realm 3rd layer. In that instant, Jue Tiantong's cultivation soared rapidly. Within less than a breath, it directly reached Shinsong realm 6th layer. A cultivator's body itself is a treasure trove of infinite mysteries. The Shinsong realm is precisely a process of further unlocking the hidden treasures within. During this process, every 9 major acupoints of the body's treasure vaults that are opened signify a successful breakthrough to the next realm. Thus, Jue Tiantong didn't need to exert any effort after his cultivation broke through to Shinsong realm 6th layer. His body had also opened a total of 54 major acupoints, 6 times 9. With his current Shinsong realm 6th layer cultivation, during battle, he could condense 6 layers of chi armor on his body surface. Both his combat power and defense had greatly increased. So this is what it feels like to step into the Shinsong. Feeling the abundant power within his body, Jue Tiantong was in excellent spirits. Moreover, the cultivation method of the supreme grade alchemy technique, Wu Xiang Ming Yin Alchemy Divine Art, had also appeared in his mind. The moment he wielded, a golden cauldron-shaped alchemy furnace appeared in his hand. It was the supreme grade alchemy cauldron rewarded by the system, the 9-dragon cauldron, whose surface was covered with 9 dragon engravings lifelike and resembling true dragons. Strange, I'm not an alchemist, so why did the system reward me with a supreme grade cauldron? And a supreme grade alchemy technique at that? Jue Tiantong was puzzled. Could it be because I obtained 50,000 spirit herbs from the Xinyuan sect that the system triggered such a reward? Frowning slightly, he stroked his beard. Alchemists are said to hold an extraordinary status and are the most lucrative. Now I not only have a supreme grade alchemy technique, but also such a supreme grade cauldron. If I become an alchemist, won't I never have to worry about cultivation resources again? Besides, I have no shortage of herbs to practice with now. After a moment of thought, Jue Tiantong deemed it feasible. After all, he now had the system. Though obtaining system rewards required being rescued, with a few rescues, he could quickly grow stronger. But if he could become a powerful alchemist himself, the benefits, both now and in the future, would be enormous. Yes, I shall become a powerful alchemist. Having made his decision, Jue Tiantong began cultivating the supreme grade alchemy technique, Wu Xiang Ming Yin Alchemy Divine Art, in his room. Perhaps due to cultivating the Wu Xiang Tong Ming Heart Sutra, Jue Tiantong found mastering this supreme grade alchemy technique surprisingly easy. The fundamental operation of this art was to convert one's own qi into a black flame, which could then be used to refine pills. Next, Jue Tiantong, who had never dabbled in alchemy, managed to refine a pill in less than 2 hours. What's more, it was a golden pill with a faint golden glow and 3 pill lines. This. Have I refined a Vajra pill? Looking at the pill that flew out of the 9-dragon cauldron, Jue Tiantong was astonished, and it's a supreme grade high-level Vajra pill. So I've become a supreme grade alchemist directly. Having only just started alchemy, and already concocting a supreme grade high-level pill, even Jue Tiantong found it hard to believe. The Vajra pill was a special supreme grade elixir. After consumption, the body became extraordinarily robust, as if possessing an indestructible diamond-like strength. However, the effects of a single Vajra pill lasted at most half an hour. Yet even so, the value of a Vajra pill was astonishing. Because this supreme grade Vajra pill provided immense help even to Fa Xiang realm experts. In certain situations, taking a Vajra pill enabled even a Fa Xiang realm cultivator to withstand a blow from a Wunding realm powerhouse, a true life-saving pill. Of course the gap between the two shouldn't be too vast. The Vajra pill is truly a wonderful thing. If I refine a few more, I can surely make a hefty profit. But which herbs did I use just now to refine this Vajra pill? Gazing at the pill in his hand, Jue Tiantong frowned in distress, because he had forgotten which herbs he used while practicing alchemy to produce this Vajra pill. As the saying goes, once you have done something for the first time, there will be countless times. In the room, Jue Tiantong's furrowed brows gradually relaxed. Since I can refine a Vajra pill once, I can refine it a second, a third, and countless times. So next, as long as I experiment a few more times, I will surely be able to refine another Vajra pill. By then I will remember exactly which medicinal herbs are needed. With that thought, Jue Tiantong immediately poured out numerous spiritual herbs from his chinquan pouch. The classification of pills and spiritual herbs was essentially the same from low to high, low grade, mid grade, high grade, suprema grade, and transcendent grade. Moreover, above transcendent grade, there were the legendary imperial, immortal, and divine grades. In addition, the pills refined by alchemists using various spiritual herbs were further subdivided into 3 tiers: low tier, mid tier, and high tier, apart from the grade classification. 1 pill pattern indicated a low tier pill. 2 pill patterns signified a mid tier pill. 3 pill patterns denoted a high tier pill. Among the herbs that Jue Tiantong had poured out from his chinquan pouch, spiritual herbs of various grades were all. For someone like Jue Tiantong, who was just beginning to dabble in alchemy, he did not bother to separate the herbs of different. After all, alchemy was just about throwing various herbs into the furnace and refining them. This seems to be songling grass, this should be Qingyuan flower, and this must be starry spiritual grass. Placing the presumably correct herbs one by one into the 9 dragons alchemy furnace, Jue Tiantong soon began the increasingly familiar process of alchemy. An hour later, he refined 2 green supreme grade high tier pills in one go, but they were not Vajra pills. 2 hours later, Jue Tiantong actually refined 6 crimson supreme grade high tier pills in a single batch, yet they were still not Vajra pills. 5 hours later, Jue Tiantong even refined 9 purple supreme grade high tier pills in one go, but they still were not Vajra pills. The next day, as sunlight streamed through the window into the room, Jue Tiantong finished another batch of pills. Unsurprisingly, this batch also yielded 9 pills. They were silver white with 3 pill patterns, another 9 supreme grade high tier pills. By now, after an entire night, Jue Tiantong had refined over a dozen different types of pills, totaling as many as 96. Without exception, all were supreme grade high tier pills. While not every single one was priceless, each pill could be traded for thousands of low grade primal stones, a substantial fortune. Yet among these randomly concocted pills, Jue Tiantong recognized only the very first Vajra pill he had refined. As for the pills he had refined later, he recognized none of them, nor did he know what specific effects they had. Would eating them kill someone? He was even less certain about that. Which herbs are needed to refine the Vajra pill? Gazing at the chaotic heap of multicolored pills on the table, Jue Tiantong was still agonizing over how to refine another Vajra pill. But after an entire night of mixing various herbs, he had failed to produce another Vajra pill. To make matters worse, he now had over a dozen types of randomly concocted pills, none of which he recognized. As for the herb combinations that had produced these pills, he had already forgotten them. Staring at the 96 pills on the table, Jue Tiantong frowned deeply. Although these pills were all supreme grade high tier and must possess immense efficacy, he could not just take them recklessly. What if what he had refined were poison pills? So, Jue Tiantong took a deep breath and decided to take these pills out and set up a stall to sell them. He might not know them, but in this vast Yun City there were surely people who did. Moreover, when he entered Yun City yesterday, he had noticed that there was an alchemist guild here. If all else failed, he could sell these pills to the guild members. Having made up his mind, Jue Tiantong tore off a piece of cloth, simply wrapped up the pills on the table, and walked out of the room. The Yunha Inn was a rather large inn in all of Yun City. Thus, even at the tail end of the Chun hour, the inn was already bustling with patrons, traveling merchants, regular customers, and some mysterious figures with unknown origins. In short, the inn was teeming with people from all walks of life. The scent. On the second floor of the Yunha Inn, near the east window, a girl as beautiful as a flower and a gray-haired old man past his prime were enjoying a meal. But suddenly the gray-haired old man seemed to catch a whiff of something. He turned and saw an immortal-like old man descending from the 3rd floor of the inn. The gray-haired old man immediately noticed the bundle in the other's hand. Shui Bo, what's wrong? Gu Qingxue was puzzled by Shui Bo's unusual reaction. She too saw Jue Tiantong coming down from the 3rd floor. Miss, it's the scent of a heavenly origin pill. In the bundle that man is carrying, I smell the scent of a heavenly origin pill. Hearing this, Gu Qingxue was astonished. Shui Bo, are you sure it's the scent of a heavenly origin pill? Gu Qingxue was already excited. The reason she and Shui Bo had come to Yun City was to obtain a heavenly origin pill from the Alchemist Guild. Unfortunately, their luck was not good this time. Recently, the Alchemist Guild in Yun City would not have such a pill, but now had they actually encountered a heavenly origin pill. No, wait. It seems there is more than just the scent of a heavenly origin pill. Jue Bo said in amazement. Besides the scent of a heavenly origin pill, I also detect the fragrances of a longevity pill, a nourishing foundation pill, and an obstacle-breaking pill. What a wonderful aroma. It smells like some kind of pill. Such a familiar fragrance. Could someone's pills be leaking their scent? By then, other patrons on the second floor had also caught the sudden wafting aroma of various pills. Some could not help but swallow their saliva. Seeing Jue Tiantong about to descend to the second floor, Jue Bo could no longer restrain himself and stood up. Fellow cultivator, please wait a moment. Jue Tiantong looked left and right. Curious you are addressing me. Jue Bo did not beat around the bush. He walked directly in front of Jue Tiantong, eyeing the simply wrapped bundle in his hand. May I ask, fellow cultivator, are there pills in this bundle? And are they heavenly origin pills? Hearing this, Jue Tiantong's eyes lit up. Could this old man who looked younger than himself recognize many pills? I do have some pills in my hand, Jue Tiantong said. Do you wish to buy some? Spotting an empty table nearby, Jue Tiantong opened his bundle. Pick whatever pill you want, just pay the price. As the bundle was opened, the second floor of the Yunhe and fell into dead silence. Everyone was taken aback by Jue Tiantong's gesture. The bundle revealed a dazzling array of multicolored pills. The rich fragrance of the pills was intoxicating. What shocked people even more was the sight of dozens of pills. And every single pill bore 3 pill patterns on its surface, shrouded in a hazy pill mist. Suprema-grade high-tier pills. They are all supreme-grade high-tier pills. Finally snapping out of his daze, Jue Bo couldn't help but exclaim. On the second floor of the inn, the patrons who had been stunned by the scene gradually came to their senses. The intense aroma of the pills drifted down to the first floor and even floated out of the Yunhe Inn. Top-tier elixirs, and so many of them. The one with the blue mist seems to be a longevity pill. Indeed, it's a longevity pill, and several high-grade ones at that. Such high-grade longevity pills are worth their weight in gold, as each pill can extend one's lifespan by 150 years. Wait a moment, that blood-red pill resembling a fireball looks a bit like a demon blood pill. What do you mean looks like? That is a demon blood pill. It truly is a demon blood pill. It is said that after consuming a demon blood pill, one can blend in among hundreds or thousands of beasts without being attacked. This is a very special elixir. At that moment, the patrons on the second floor of Yunhe Tower had lost their appetite for food, completely captivated by the elixirs displayed by Jue Tiantong. Moreover, listening to the words of those around, Jue Tiantong realized what kind of elixirs he had haphazardly concocted. Longevity pill, demon blood pill, Tianyuan pill, Peiyuan pill. My goodness, Jue Tiantong was a bit shocked himself. It turned out he was so talented that without knowing right from wrong, he had concocted so many astonishing elixirs. Friend. Looking at that golden pill, which was enough to make one drool, Jue Bo felt somewhat anxious and excited. Friend, can you sell me a Tianyuan pill? At this moment, Jue Bo was naturally very nervous, because Jue Tiantong's behavior was simply too reckless. He had no idea of the gravity of the situation. Dozens of high-grade elixirs were casually placed before everyone. Did he not realize how much trouble these elixirs could cause him? So now Jue Bo just wanted to get a Tianyuan pill and then leave this cursed place. If he were slow, disaster might. Tianyuan pill. Jue Tiantong appeared completely oblivious. Take it yourself, but you must pay. Take it yourself. Ignoring Jue Tiantong's attitude, Jue Bo immediately took out 85 middle-grade spirit stones. Friend, according to market price, a high-grade Tianyuan pill is worth 8,000 low-grade spirit stones. However, your Tianyuan pill is clearly better than the same grade elixirs available in the market. Therefore, I am willing to offer 85 middle-grade spirit stones in exchange for a Tianyuan pill. A high-grade Tianyuan pill valued at 85 middle-grade spirit stones, which is equivalent to 8,500 low-grade spirit stones. The wealth gained from this one pill far exceeded Jue Tiantong's expectations. Alright, deal. Jue Tiantong accepted the 85 middle-grade spirit stones Jue Bo handed over, feeling quite pleased. The elixirs he concocted seemed to be more valuable than he had imagined. Then Jue Tiantong glanced at those around him. Do all of you want these elixirs? Just pay and feel free to. Really? One powerful cultivator at the 9th level of the Divine Concealment Realm took out a bag. Senior, I have a total of 17,600 low-grade spirit stones. Can I purchase 2 Peiyuan pills? Jue Tiantong grabbed the bag. Yes, help yourself. Could it really be so? Moreover, was this senior's elixirs too cheap? Senior, I have 9,600 low-grade spirit stones and want to purchase a breaking barrier pill. Senior, I will use 9,000 low-grade spirit stones to buy a demon blood pill. Senior, I am willing to offer 15,000 low-grade spirit stones in exchange for a longevity pill. Cough, cough, cough. In no time, aside from the one golden pill he kept for himself, the 95 elixirs concocted by Jue Tiantong were all snatched up by people at various prices. Moreover, just 95 elixirs allowed Jue Tiantong to exchange for 107,160 low-grade spirit stones. This result astonished Jue Tiantong. Goodness, this was faster than robbing. Just yesterday, he had seized the opportunity created by that brat Zhu Yan to obtain 200,000 middle-grade spirit stones and 50,000 spirit herbs from the Xinyuan sect. But today he had only sold 95 elixirs and had already obtained 107,000 low-grade spirit stones. This was merely the result of one night. Such returns were too delightful. No more. There are really none left. Damn it, I came too late. Damn, I heard someone was selling high-grade elixirs at Yunhe Tower, but I still arrived late. At this moment, Yunhe Tower was already packed with people almost to the point of being flooded. Even outside the tower, the crowds were dense. A short while ago, due to the fragrance of the elixirs and word of mouth, many people had learned that someone was selling high-grade elixirs at a low price within Yunhe Tower. High-grade elixirs. Those were hard to come by even for a mere 10,000 low-grade spirit stones at the Alchemist Guild in Cloud City. But now, within Yunhe Tower, one could obtain a high-grade elixir for just a few thousand low-grade spirit stones. Who could resist such an opportunity? No. Therefore, many who heard the news naturally wanted to rush to Yunhe Tower to compete for a high-grade elixir. Such an opportunity was a rare occurrence in a century for countless people. But what was the result? Sold out, none left, many came in vain. Senior, do you still have any elixirs for sale? A burly man with a hairy beard named Huagang was very unwilling to have come here in vain, looking expectantly at Jue Tiantong. The people around also looked at Jue Tiantong in the same way. Seeing this scene, Jue Tiantong felt this was an opportunity to make a fortune. He was now very skilled at concocting elixirs. Moreover, he could concoct 9 elixirs in one go. Additionally, he still had over 40,000 various medicinal materials on him. If he could refine all of them into elixirs, he would definitely become incredibly wealthy. However, there was now a problem for Jue Tiantong. That was, he did not recognize too many medicinal materials. Moreover, without the formulas, he could not correctly refine the elixirs that people needed. So now to get rich, he needed the formulas first. What kind of elixirs do you want? Jue Tiantong asked. Upon hearing this, not only Huagang, but everyone around brightened up. He can refine. Indeed, this seemingly ethereal elder in green robes was truly an extraordinary alchemist. In people's understanding, the more accomplished an alchemist was, the more extraordinary their status, and they usually had powerful individuals protecting them in the shadows. This was also the reason why, when faced with the temptation of dozens of top-tier elixirs, no one had directly stolen them. Because an alchemist capable of refining top-tier elixirs was not someone they could provoke. There were only 2 such alchemists capable of refining top-tier elixirs, even within the Alchemist Guild. Thus, for the people of Cloud City, this person who was suddenly selling top-tier elixirs at a low price became the 3rd top-tier alchemist in Cloud City. Such a person is not someone anyone can provoke. Huagang was somewhat excited. Senior, can you refine any elixir that I want? Jue Tiantong nodded. In theory, yes, but for many elixirs, I do not have the formulas. As soon as Jue Tiantong's words fell, Huagang immediately slapped his forehead. Senior, what a coincidence. I explored a secret realm some time ago and obtained several elixir formulas. As he spoke, Huagang produced a few jade slips, each about the length of a palm and 3 fingers wide. Senior, these jade slips each record the refining method of a different elixir. One of them is called the Divine Concealment Breaking Pill, which is precisely what I need right now. This was incredible. What? The Divine Concealment Breaking Pill? Is that the elixir that ensures a 100% breakthrough to the law manifestation realm for those at the peak of the Divine Concealment realm? The legendary Divine Concealment Breaking Pill actually exists. Heavens, the Divine Concealment Breaking Pill has never appeared even in the Alchemist Guild of Cloud City. Yes, this Divine Concealment Breaking Pill is said to be the best elixir for assisting in breaking through to the law manifestation realm, bar none. If you can refine this elixir, even if it costs 1,000 low-grade spirit stones per pill, I wouldn't bat an eye. But to think you could get a Divine Concealment Breaking Pill for just 1,000 low-grade spirit stones, you're insulting the elixir and desecrating the alchemist who can refine it. Exactly, even 10,000 low-grade spirit stones for a Divine Concealment Breaking Pill would not be accepted. A God Concealment Breaking Pill can be sold for 100,000 low-grade spirit stones. Hearing this, Jue Tiantong's eyes brightened considerably. As an alchemist capable of effortlessly refining top-tier pills, Jue Tiantong felt he should take action at this moment. He directly snatched a few jade slips from Huagang's hands and began to investigate the information contained within them. Bone Washing Pill, Beauty Retention Pill, Qingyuan Pill, Blood Qi Pill. God Concealment Breaking Pill. Requires materials: star grass, soft bone flower, purple rabbit, silk, qingming fruit. It's incredibly comprehensive. The information within that jade slip was simply too thorough. It not only recorded the 36 materials required to refine the God Concealment Breaking Pill, but even included clear sketches of those 36 materials. With this, he's bound to become prosperous. The God Concealment Breaking Pill, when consumed, can guarantee 100% breakthrough to the Dharma realm for those at the peak of the God Concealment realm. Such a pill is priceless. I must refine one and sell it for 70 to 80,000 low-grade spirit stones, each making a huge profit. Then amidst the eager gazes of the crowd, Jue Tiantong sighed deeply. I can indeed refine the God concealment breaking pill. But the required materials. I don't have many on me. Faced with Jue Tiantong's lament, the people around him were not disappointed, but rather even more excited. As long as the God concealment breaking pill can be refined, the issue of materials is no longer a problem. Senior, you need not worry about the materials, or whatever you require I will gather for you. Yes, Senior, just tell us what materials you need. We have a lot of people, and we can certainly find the materials you require for refining the God concealment breaking pill. Indeed, my uncle is in the material business. You need not worry about the materials as long as we can trade for a God concealment breaking pill from you. Sure enough, faced with the temptation of the God concealment breaking pill, anyone in need was willing to work hard. With that, Jue Tiantong's plan was already halfway successful. With these people helping to gather materials, what else did he have to worry about? Just refine the pill and make a fortune. Since everyone is willing to help, I won't be polite. Then Jue Tiantong called out, waiter, bring me ink and paper. With swift strokes, he wrote down the 36 materials needed to refine the God concealment breaking pill. On the paper prepared by the waiter at Yunhe Tower, Jue Tiantong quickly listed the 36 materials required for the God concealment breaking pill. However, to prevent this recipe from leaking and being copied, he casually added a few other materials. Now, even if someone obtained this recipe with the additional materials, it would be impossible to refine the true God concealment breaking pill. Everyone, these materials are needed to refine the God concealment breaking pill, so go gather them. Before sunset, gather at Yunhe Tower to trade your materials with me. I want to see you. I will officially trade the God concealment breaking pill with you in 5 days. Jue Tiantong held up 5 fingers. No deception, fairness for all. One God concealment breaking pill will only cost 80,000 low-grade spirit stones. Upon hearing this, the eyes of those at the God concealment realm lit up. A God concealment breaking pill only costs 80,000 low-grade spirit stones. Goodness, such a pill, if placed at the Yun City Alchemist Guild, would probably cost over 100,000 low-grade spirit stones to obtain. With this, those at the God concealment realm were even more motivated. One by one, they copied the material details and left Yunhe Tower. Even more outrageous, some went to the Alchemist Guild to purchase materials. I wonder how the people at the Alchemist Guild will react when they hear the news. Inside Yunhe Tower. Sir, these few jade slips. Hua Gang was very generous, Senior. These jade slips are a token of my respect for you. After all, I'm not an alchemist, and these recipes are of no use in my hands. Jue Tiantong naturally accepted the jade slips, but gave Hua Gang the golden body pill he had kept for himself. Young man, I see you are an honest person, so I won't take your things without giving anything in return. This golden body pill is a gift for you. Golden body pill. Hua Gang's eyes widened. The golden body pill, when consumed, makes one's physique exceptionally strong, as if one has acquired an indestructible body. This pill is like a blessing for someone practicing such a rigorous martial art as he does. Thank you, Senior. Hua Gang was extremely excited. This pill is incredibly important to me. If you ever need anything in the future, whether it's climbing a mountain of blades or... Before Hua Gang could finish, Jue Tiantong interrupted. You want to do something for me? Hua Gang nodded vigorously. All right, then there's no need to wait until later. You can do it right now. Jue Tiantong directly took out 200,000 low-grade spirit stones and handed them to Hua Gang. Now go to the Alchemist Guild and buy a few top-tier recipes for me. Several hours later, Hua Gang purchased 5 top-tier recipes for Jue Tiantong, while those busy gathering materials for the God concealment breaking pill had astonishingly collected an impressive amount of materials in a very short time. Just like that, the 107,000 low-grade spirit stones Jue Tiantong earned from selling 95 top-tier pills today were directly gone. However, this was no problem. A mere 100,000 low-grade spirit stones in exchange for 5 top-tier recipes and thousands of materials for refining the God concealment breaking pill was worth it. Because in 5 days he would use the items bought for just over 100,000 low-grade spirit stones to create even more astonishing wealth. After sunset, in a room on the 3rd floor of Yunhe Tower, Jue Tiantong began the process of refining the pills. Meanwhile, on the other side, as one of the top forces in Yun City, many in the Alchemist Guild were very pleased today. Just like one powerful member of the Alchemist Guild who sold 5 top-tier recipes in one go today. Just from the commission, he earned over 20,000 low-grade spirit stones. Meanwhile, several other powerful members of the Alchemist Guild had even greater gains today. Under normal circumstances, they sometimes couldn't even sell a valuable spirit herb in an entire day. But today, many people flooded into their Alchemist Guild to purchase those materials, which astonished them. The materials that would typically take several months to sell were all snatched up today. Strange, could something have happened that on the 4th floor of the Alchemist Guild, a top-tier alchemist named Zhang Kuei frowned. Suddenly, with so many people rushing to the Alchemist Guild to buy materials, he sensed something was amiss. Soon the people he sent out returned with shocking news. You mean someone in Yun City is collecting materials to refine the legendary God concealment breaking pill? Hearing this, Zhang Kuei's brow furrowed tightly, his heart somewhat shaken. The God Concealment Breaking Pill is a type of pill he had only heard of but never seen. If someone really manages to refine this pill, the impact on their alchemist guild would surely be enormous. Someone wants to refine the God Concealment Breaking Pill. Before the person could answer, Chen Fan, one of the only two top-tier alchemists in the Yun City Alchemist Guild, laughed. I say, old Zhang, do you really believe someone in Yun City can refine a pill like the God Concealment Breaking Pill? Chen Fan was very confident, while others may not know. Old Zhang, do you not know? The God Concealment Breaking Pill may indeed exist, but let alone in this small Yun City, even in our Alchemist Guild headquarters, we do not have the recipe for the God Concealment Breaking Pill. Since there is no recipe, it would be impossible to refine this type of pill. Upon hearing Chen Fan's words, Zhang Kui let out a long breath, feeling that perhaps his worries were indeed unfounded. After all, in this Yun City, there are only you and I as top-tier alchemists. With the recipe in hand, and knowing the fixed medicinal ingredients, Jue Tiantong truly felt that refining pills was remarkably smooth and effortless. However, as the best pill for assisting in breaking through to the Effaciang realm, the refining process of the Shun Tsang Pejing Dan was surprisingly more complex than that of other pills. In refining the first batch of Shun Tsang Pejing Dan, Jue Tiantong spent a full 3 hours. Moreover, from the first batch, he only produced 6 finished pills. However, they were all top-tier advanced pills. Tisk 6 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan, at a price of 80,000 low-grade spirit stones, each amounts to 480,000 low-grade spirit stones. Looking at the 6 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan he had refined, Jue Tiantong felt exceptionally wonderful. According to those people, even selling 1 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan for 100,000 low-grade spirit stones would not be excessive. After all, rarity increases value. Furthermore, the Shun Tsang Pejing Dan was the best pill that could guarantee a 100% breakthrough to the Effaciang realm for those at the peak of the Shun Tsang realm. Not to mention 100,000 low-grade spirit stones, it was likely that even 120,000 or even 200,000 low-grade spirit stones for a single Shun Tsang Pejing Dan would attract numerous buyers. However, Jue Tiantong was very clear that he had the ability to refine Shun Tsang Pejing Dan, and he could produce many of them in a short time. Therefore, pricing the Shun Tsang Pejing Dan at 80,000 low-grade spirit stones each would already make him immensely wealthy. If the price was set too high, the abundance of pills might even lead to counterproductive effects. In any case, he planned to refine several hundred Shun Tsang Pejing Dan to test the market. If demand exceeded supply, he would then raise the price. Thinking about the imminent acquisition of substantial wealth, Jue Tiantong once again immersed himself in the process of refining Shun Tsang Pejing Dan. Yun City. It is a large city with a resident population reportedly in the hundreds of thousands. In addition to the merchants and powerhouses coming and going, there are quite a few strong individuals at the Shun Tsang realm in Yun City. Although not in the thousands, there are at least 200 to 300 individuals who have reached the peak of the Shun Tsang realm. Furthermore, when considering other levels of Shun Tsang strong practitioners, there are indeed many who need to prepare in advance and urgently require Shun Tsang Pejing Dan in Yun City. Thus, once the Shun Tsang Pejing Dan is released, it will undoubtedly be in high demand. Based on the medicinal ingredients Jue Tiantong had currently gathered, he estimated that refining around 1,000 to 1,800 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan would be completely feasible. However, Jue Tiantong decided to first refine 300 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan to test the market. If there were buyers willing to pay more, he would continue refining this pill. He intended to make a significant fortune in Yun City. In a state of tireless focus, 5 days passed in the blink of an eye. On the 3rd floor of Yunhe Tower, Jue Tiantong let out a long breath of turbid air. After continuously refining pills for 5 days and nights, he had astonishingly produced 360 Shun Tsang Pejing Dan. This was 60 more than his original estimate. Calculating at the price of 80,000 low-grade spirit stones per Shun Tsang Pejing Dan, these 360 pills would yield 28,800,000 low-grade spirit stones. Indeed, a windfall. Today on the west side of Yun City, long lines had already formed outside Yunhe Tower. The news that Yunhe Tower would be selling Shun Tsang Pejing Dan had spread during these past few days. Moreover, the reason why so many people suddenly purchased large quantities of medicinal ingredients in Yun City a few days ago was now well understood by many powerhouses and factions. Especially for powerful factions like the Yun City Alchemist Guild. Upon learning of this, they were infuriated. Were those individuals rushing into the Alchemist Guild to buy medicinal ingredients to have others refine Shun Tsang Pejing Dan? Good heavens, they were treating the Alchemist Guild with such disdain. The long queues outside Yunhe Tower today were also a result of arrangements made by Jue Tiantong 5 days prior. With so many people needing Shun Tsang Pejing Dan, if they did not queue for purchases, it would inevitably create chaos and lead to trouble. Thus, anyone wishing to buy Shun Tsang Pejing Dan had to follow Jue Tiantong's arrangements obediently. Moreover, the owner of Yunhe Tower was also very supportive in this matter. because behind Yunhe Tower was a mysterious and powerful faction. Therefore, ordinary people and factions did not dare to cause trouble in the presence of strong individuals from Yunhe Tower. As for queuing to purchase Shunsong Pajingdan today, no one dared to act recklessly. It's almost noon, why hasn't that master come out yet? Exactly, I've been queuing since the ugly hour of last night. That master wouldn't go back on his word, would he? Impossible, a master like Jue would certainly keep his word. If he said he would sell Shunsong Pajingdan today, he would definitely not go back on his promise to everyone. Right, we should trust Master Jue, we just need to wait patiently. While many strong individuals outside Yunhe Tower discussed this, various powerful factions nearby were secretly observing everything happening today. For instance, Zhang Kuei and Chun Fan, two top-tier alchemists from the Yun City Alchemist Guild, had also found an close to Yunhe Tower to closely monitor the events taking place there. Old Zhang, do you think with such a grand show it's possible that someone really refined Shunsong Pajingdan? Chun Fan looked at the two long lines outside Yunhe Tower, his expression somewhat shaken. Just a few days ago, he was certain that no one would manage to refine Shunsong Pajingdan. After all, even within the Alchemist Guild, the recipe for Shunsong Pajingdan was non-existent. But the situation today made him less certain. Let's wait and see what happens. Zhang Kuei sighed. If someone truly refined Shunsong Pajingdan, then the pills we have in the Alchemist Guild that only have a 2 to 3% chance of helping cultivators break through to the Effaciang realm will undoubtedly suffer a huge impact in trading. In that case, the repercussions for the interests of our Yun City Alchemist Guild would certainly be severe. However, speaking of which, Zhang Kuei stroked his beard, his eyes narrowing slightly. If the rumored Master Jue really managed to refine Shunsong Pajingdan, then if we could recruit him into the Yun City Alchemist Guild, it would undoubtedly bring unprecedented benefits to us. In another direction, the City Lord's Mansion of Yun City was also paying close attention to everything happening at Yunhe Tower today. As the official force of Yun City, the City Lord's Mansion was extremely powerful. City Lord Xiong Wei was a powerful individual at the 7th level of the Effaciang realm. The Deputy City Lord Lu Tai was also formidable, possessing cultivation at the 3rd level of the Effaciang realm. In addition, there were 3 experts at the 12th level of the Shunsong realm within the City Lord's Mansion. Therefore, if someone really managed to refine Shunsong Pajingdan, it would mean that 3 powerful individuals at the Effaciang realm would emerge to guard the City Lord's Mansion. This would be extremely significant for the entire City Lord's Mansion. After another half an hour or so, Jue Tiantong's sudden appearance at the eastern window on the 2nd floor of Yunhe Tower immediately caught the attention of those waiting in the long queue. He was still clad in a green robe, his snow-white beard and hair gently swaying in the breeze, exuding an immortal aura. Master Jue. Master Jue has come out. Indeed, it is Master Jue. I knew he would keep his word and never break his promise. Wonderful. Now we can finally buy the legendary Divine Repository realm-breaking pill. The moment Jue Tiantong appeared on the 2nd floor of Yunhe Tower, the people queuing outside became incredibly excited. Every one of them was as thrilled and joyful as if they had encountered a great fortune. There are quite a lot of people today, Jue Tiantong remarked in surprise as he looked at the 2 long lines outside Yunhe Tower. He had only refined 360 Divine Repository realm-breaking pills, but the queue outside extended far beyond what could be seen. At the very least, there were over 500 people in sight. The pills were far from enough. Each person may purchase 1 pill. Those in line, begin your purchases. With Jue Tiantong's words, Huagang, the first in line, who had been waiting since noon yesterday, immediately presented 80,000 low-grade spirit stones he had prepared. Master Jue, here are my 80,000 low-grade spirit stones. Please keep them. Keep them. Of course he would. Receiving the storage pouch thrown by Huagang, Jue Tiantong took out a pill from his own pouch and tossed it to Huagang. It was a top-grade high-level pill, pale golden in color, shrouded in a thin mist with 3 pill patterns on its surface. The moment he received the pill, Huagang was overwhelmed with excitement. A Divine Repository realm-breaking pill. Finally, he had obtained one. With this pill, he could finally break through to the Dharma aspect realm. Is this truly the Divine Repository realm-breaking pill, eh? At that moment, just as Huagang received the pill, a jarring voice came from across the street. On the 2nd floor of Tianxiang Tower, diagonally opposite Yunhe Tower, a young man, who looked like a dandy, waved a feather fan and sneered. Though it's a top-grade high-level pill, whether it is really the Divine Repository realm-breaking pill remains uncertain. Spending 80,000 low-grade spirit stones to buy a top-grade high-level pill. If you've been cheated, that would be interesting. Huagang clenched his fists as he glared at the dandy. The young master of the City Lord's Mansion, Xiong-san. Though a playboy, his cultivation talent was formidable. At just over 30, he had already reached the 9th level of the Divine Repository realm. Behind him stood the powerful City Lord's Mansion, which Huagang dared not provoke. However, to doubt Master Jue and stir up trouble, Huagang could not remain silent. Young master, since you doubt the pill Master Jue refined, I will consume it right now. Let you see whether it is genuine or not. I hope your face won't burn with shame later. With those words under the witness of the crowd, Huagang swallowed the pill and sat down cross-legged. On the second floor of Yunhe Tower, Jue Tiantong was also watching the situation closely. Though he had refined the pill, he had not yet tested its effects. Please don't let it fail. 1 breath, 3 breaths, 10 breaths. After taking the pill, Huagang's aura did begin to change. But the effect seemed slower than everyone expected. Until half an incense stick later. Boom. A powerful aura suddenly burst from Huagang's body. Behind him, the vast heaven and earth essence coalesced into a formidable phantom. The phantom was robust with a full beard resembling Huagang's likeness despite its ethereal nature. Dharma aspect. He has condensed a Dharma aspect. Truly, he has broken through to the Dharma aspect. It's real. The pill he took must be the genuine divine repository realm-breaking pill. Exactly. No other pill could enable a peak divine repository realm cultivator to break through to the Dharma aspect realm within just half an incense stick of taking it. In an instant, as Huagang broke through to the Dharma aspect realm, the onlookers were astounded. Those still in line grew even more excited. On the second floor of Tianxiang Tower, Xiongsan was also deeply shocked to see Huagang truly break through after taking the pill. Was the divine repository realm-breaking pill genuine? Quick, send word to my father that the pill is... As Xiongsan spoke, a divine repository realm expert of the city lord's mansion behind him left Tianxiang Tower. On the third floor of Baiyin Tower. I never expected the divine repository realm-breaking pill to be real. Master Chen Fan of the Alchemist Guild was also astonished. With just 1 pill, a peak divine repository realm cultivator broke through to the Dharma aspect realm. The effects are exactly as rumored. Beside him, Zhang Kuei's face gradually darkened. He really did refine the divine repository realm-breaking pill. That Master Zhu is truly skilled. Such a person must join our Cloud City Alchemist Guild. Otherwise, even if we have to destroy him, we cannot let him threaten the guild's interests. Chen Fan was worried, but such an extraordinary alchemist must have a powerful protector in the shadows. Acting rashly might lead to unforeseen consequences. Zhang Kuei chuckled lightly. Even if he has a protector, what of it? Can that protector match the strength of the entire Cloud City Alchemist Guild? Chen Fan was shocked. Old Zhang Yu, you want to mobilize the entire guild? Zhang Kuei raised his teacup. The guild's interests are paramount. Anything that threatens them must not exist. On the second floor of Yunhe Tower, Jue Tiantong breathed a sigh of relief after seeing Huagang successfully break through. Fortunately, it didn't fail. Moreover, the effect of the divine repository realm-breaking pill was indeed potent. However, this pill only worked for those at the peak of the divine repository realm. Yet even so, those cultivators who had not yet reached the peak would desperately prepare such a pill in advance. For merely 80,000 low-grade spirit stones, obtaining a pill that guaranteed 100% breakthrough to the Dharma aspect realm was an absolute steal. Master Zhu, here are my 80,000 low-grade spirit stones. Master Zhu, I want a divine repository realm-breaking pill too. Master Zhu. The scene at Yunhe Tower grew even livelier. Many who tried to cut in line were directly thrown out by the waiting cultivators. In less than an incense stick's time, over 100 people had already purchased the divine repository realm-breaking pill from Jue Tiantong. Boom. Suddenly, just as more people in the queue were anticipating purchasing the divine treasury realm-breaking pill from Master Zhu, a deafening roar suddenly resounded, and a large man whose body resembled a small mountain completely covered in fat, with a massive head and big ears, descended without any warning before the Cloud Crane Tower. The terrifying impact force instantly sent countless people scattering in all directions with screams. Many powerful cultivators were severely injured, spitting blood. Behind that suddenly arrived fat man, a similarly obese and colossal Dharma aspect of a powerhouse manifested. Moreover, on the forehead of that Dharma aspect, there were 9 Dharma aspect imprints. He was a powerhouse of the 9th layer of the Dharma aspect realm. The sudden arrival of this powerhouse directly inflicted severe injuries on many. Even Jue Tiantong, who was by the window on the second floor of the Cloud Crane Tower, was quite startled by this person's sudden arrival. My goodness, a fat man at the 9th layer of the Dharma aspect realm. This was a powerhouse he couldn't defeat at his current level. Currently, his cultivation was only at the 6th layer of the Divine Treasury realm. Even with the battle prowess to transcend a major realm, he could at most clash with a powerhouse at the 7th layer of the Dharma aspect realm. Therefore, a powerhouse at the 9th layer of the Dharma aspect realm was utterly beyond Jue Tiantong's ability to handle. So was this fat fool who had frightened him so badly here to seize the Divine Treasury realm-breaking pill, or was he here to cause trouble? Chen Chong. Xiao Yuan, the steward of Cloud Crane Tower, who appeared ordinary but was actually a powerhouse at the 4th layer of the Dharma aspect realm, now appeared outside the Cloud Crane Tower as well. Looking at the suddenly arrived fat man, Xiao Yuan's expression grew somewhat solemn. Chen Chong, you are a powerhouse of the Cloud City Alchemist Guild. Is your current action meant to indicate that the Cloud City Alchemist Guild intends to openly break the rules of Cloud City? Rules. Ha ha ha, within Cloud City who dares to instruct the Alchemist Guild with rules? Before Tiantong could speak, several powerhouses had already stepped forward from behind him. Leading them were precisely Grandmaster Zhang Kuei and Grandmaster Chen Fan of the Alchemist Guild. Before Jue Tiantong's arrival in Cloud City, they were the only two supreme-grade alchemists in Cloud City. Throughout Cloud City, they held lofty positions and were revered. The one speaking now was Zhang Kuei. Seeing Zhang Kuei and Chen Fan, Xiao Yuan's expression grew even more solemn. However, what truly made his expression solemn was not Zhang Kuei and Chen Fan themselves, but the three individuals following behind them, Chen Qi, Chen Ba, and Chen Jiao. They were three powerhouses of the Inquiry of the Peak Realm. Among them, Chen Qi and Chen Jiao were at the third and fourth layers of the Inquiry of the Peak Realm respectively. Chen Ba, moreover, was at the sixth layer of the Inquiry of the Peak Realm. These three were the strongest powerhouses stationed at the Cloud City Alchemist Guild. This time the situation was dire. Such a forceful arrival was likely all because of that Master Ju. All irrelevant people get lost. Zhang Kuei contemptuously scanned the surroundings. After 3 breaths, if anyone remains here, death. Hearing this, many powerhouses of Cloud City fled in panic. However, a powerhouse at the 9th layer of the Divine Treasury Realm, who had just arrived in Cloud City the previous day, gritted his teeth. We all came to buy the Divine Treasury Realm-breaking pill from Master Ju. Why should we leave just because you say so? Why? Zhang Kuei looked at that man, a cold glint flashing in his eyes. Crack. Without any warning, Chen Qi had already struck, twisting off the man's head. At this, the surrounding people who had been reluctant to leave scattered instantly like birds and beasts. The power of the Alchemist Guild was simply not something they could provoke. Even faced with the temptation of the Divine Treasury Realm-breaking pill, they knew that life was the most important. Confronted by the power of the Alchemist Guild, Xiao Yuan, the steward of Cloud Crane Tower, sighed and cupped his hands apologetically toward Jue Tiantong. Master Ju, forgive me, but I cannot intervene. In truth, the forces behind Cloud Crane Tower were not weak. However, Xiao Yuan, who understood the strength of the Alchemist Guild, did not wish to clash with them over a mere supreme-grade alchemist. After all, it was not worth it. As the countless people dispersed, the team was rapidly approaching from North Street outside Cloud Crane Tower. That was the team from Cloud City, Lord's Mansion, the official forces of Cloud City. They too had come for the Divine Treasury Realm-breaking pill. However, when they were 100 zhang away from Cloud Crane Tower, the team from Cloud City, Lord's Mansion, stopped in terror and did not advance further. The Alchemist Guild was something even the Lord's Mansion could not afford to provoke. Thus, outside Cloud Crane Tower, only those from the Alchemist Guild remained. Looking toward the second floor of Cloud Crane Tower, Zhang Kuei hypocritically cupped his hands toward Jue Tiantong. This old man is Zhang Kuei of the Alchemist Guild. May I ask your esteemed name, fellow Taoist? However, Jue Tiantong was not buying it. Cut the false politeness. Just say it. What is your purpose? Faced with Jue Tiantong's attitude, Zhang Kuei's expression grew very displeased. Enough, since that is the case, I want beat around the bush. Zhang Kuei directly raised 3 fingers. First, hand over the Divine Treasury Realm-breaking pill you refined along with the method to refine it to our Cloud City Alchemist Guild without compensation. Second, you shall join the Cloud City Alchemist Guild and henceforth obey this old man. Third, after joining, you shall refine 2 cauldrons of supreme-grade elixirs for the guild every day. After stating the 3 conditions, Zhang Kuei clasped his hands behind his back and stared intently at Jue Tiantong. If you refuse even one, your life will not be spared. Ha ha ha. Wah. Naive. Absurd. Oh my heavens, where did this idiot come from? This old man is dying of laughter. However, in such a tense atmosphere, after hearing Zhang Kuei's words, Jue Tiantong burst into loud laughter. That laughter could be heard clearly, even 10 li away. Thus, Zhang Kuei's expression darkened even further. Beside him, Chen Fan also looked displeased. Fellow Taoists, do not refuse a toast only to drink a forfeit. In this Cloud City, no one can withstand the power of our Alchemist Guild. Chen Fan spoke with apparent understanding. As a supreme-grade alchemist, you must have a powerhouse secretly guarding you, fellow Taoist. However, the powerhouse behind you cannot possibly be of the Inquiry of the Peak Realm. After all, you are only. Before Chen Fan could finish, Jue Tiantong waved his hand. Enough, what's with all the baseless guessing? This old man will tell you plainly, I only have the cultivation of the 6th layer of the Divine Treasury Realm, and there is no powerhouse secretly following me. However, as for your demands today, this old man cannot agree to them either. Moreover, your provocation will bring about great calamity. Then Jue Tiantong straightened himself. This old man Jue Tiantong has 9 sons, all of whom are powerhouses of the great Emperor realm. The Cloud City Alchemist Guild dares to provoke this old man today. Are you not afraid that my great Emperor realm offspring will annihilate you? For a moment, Zhang Kuei, Chen Fan, and Chen Qi, Chen Ba, and the others were all stunned and shocked. 9 sons, all are great emperors. Ha ha ha. Zhang Kuei then burst into laughter. So it turns out you're a madman. If you really had 9 great emperor realm offspring, would you be acting like this in a small city like Cloud City? Shinjo also laughed loudly. The father of 9 great emperor powerhouses is actually such an insignificant ant, with mere 6th layer divine treasury realm cultivation. Shin Fan also mocked. We thought there was a powerhouse guarding your back, never expected a raving lunatic. Laugh now. Soon you won't be able to laugh anymore. As he watched the alchemists of the guild mock him mercilessly, Jue Tiantong was already analyzing the information within the inner vision system. Last time he summoned Ju Wuxin, this time, he would see the prowess of his own son Ju Wuchun. Juzi Ju Wuchun, your father is in danger, come quickly. At that moment, as Jue Tiantong's words fell in the Xianyang continent, in the east wilderness within Wuchun, a young powerhouse clad in white, graceful and poised with sword-like brows and starry eyes suddenly opened his eyes wide, his expression turning into one of astonishment. Father is in danger. Did I dream of my father? No. Ju Wuchun then looked in a particular direction as his divine sense locked onto a city in that direction. There's something significant that made him anxious had occurred. Nanhuang isn't that 6th brother's territory. What exactly happened? Without time to think further, Ju Wuchun tore through the void and departed. Although his father had passed away 100,000 years ago, the anxiety he felt was undeniably real. Moreover, since it was 6th brother Ju Wuxin's territory, he had to go see for himself. In Yun City, the laughter of Zhang Kuei and others suddenly halted after hearing Jue Tiantong's call. Ju Wuchun. Did he just mention Ju Wuchun? Is it the Ju Wuchun, the great emperor? At that moment, an involuntary sense of unease arose in the hearts of Zhang Kuei and the others. Their unease stemmed from the 3 characters, Ju Wuchun. Currently on the Xianyang continent, countless powerful beings were aware of this name. The Ju family had 9 great emperors dominating the entire Xianyang continent. So, Jue Tiantong. Remembering the name of the one who concocted the divine concealment-breaking pill, Zhang Kuei and others were even more frightened. This person is surnamed Ju, named Tiantong. Could it be that he is from the Ju family with 9 great emperors? Buzz. At that moment, a resounding buzz echoed from the top of the sky. At this moment, the sky above Yun City was suddenly torn open by some force, creating a massive rift. Heavens! What has happened? According to countless people's understanding, only those who reached the Saint Realm could tear space like this. So is a powerful being at the Saint Realm going to descend upon Yun City? Immediately after the appearance of that enormous spatial rift, from within, a handsome young man, graceful and poised with sword-like brows and starry eyes clad in white, emerged, as if a celestial being descended to the mortal realm. As soon as this person appeared, a terrifying divine sense of the great emperor enveloped the entire Yun City beneath him. In an instant, everyone within Yun City, be they commoners or those lofty beings of the Dharma manifestation realm and ascendant realm, all instinctively knelt and prostrated as this person appeared. Such a situation could only arise when a great emperor personally descended, and at that moment in Yun City, only Jue Tiantong remained unaffected by this emperor's might. What a kid, he's really damn handsome. At the east window of the 2nd floor of Yun, he towers. Seeing the young man who tore through the space, Jue Tiantong couldn't help but exclaim, "This brat Ju Wuchun truly lives up to his lineage. He is even 3 points more handsome than when he was younger. That attire and ethereal aura truly befit his name Wuchun." Standing high above Yun City, Ju Wuchun saw that among the entire city, the only one unaffected by his emperor's aura was Jue Tiantong. Strange, how can someone with mere divine concealment realm cultivation be unaffected by my imperial presence? Looking at Jue Tiantong, who was staring at him, Ju Wuchun was even more astonished. Moreover, this person can still look directly at me. What is his background? My son Wuchun, after 100,000 years your father finally sees you again. Suddenly a sentence from Jue Tiantong shook Ju Wuchun's mind violently. 100,000 years. Father. Could this be his father who passed away 100,000 years ago? So am I dreaming right now? Therefore 6th brother's words a few days ago about dreaming of their father's resurrection were also true. You are. At this moment Ju Wuchun could hardly be certain whether he was in a dream. My son Wuchun, I am your father Jue Tiantong. Jue Tiantong stepped through the void, walking in front of Ju Wuchun, gently patting his shoulder. Wuchun, back. When you were born, your father passed away after less than a month due to depleted lifespan. But now I have been reborn, and I finally see you again. Wuchun, so handsome, just like your father was in his youth. It's just a pity that your father's talent back then. Let's not talk about the past. How real this is. Right before him, he could even feel the warmth of his body. So this is not a dream. It is not a dream at all. Father. So you truly have been reborn. Ju Wuchun had heard about his father's matters. He had poor talent and had struggled for decades without breaking through the body refinement realm. Moreover, he had passed away less than a month after Ju Wuchun was born. Yet all these years, even with the means of the 9 brothers, they had been unable to find their father's grave. This is quite strange. So the reason they couldn't find their father's grave is that he had not truly died, but rather because he would return. At this moment regarding the situation before him, Zhu Wuchen felt somewhat confused, somewhat unreal. Father, so was it really you calling for help just now? Jue Tiantong nodded, and then pointed at the alchemists of the guild kneeling outside Yunhe Tower. Indeed, just now they not only attempted to snatch the pills I concocted, but also sought to kill me. Upon hearing this, Zhu Wuchen narrowed his eyes slightly. They have such audacity. They dare to provoke my father's presence. If so, then the alchemist guild within this city has no reason to exist. As his words fell, the towering alchemist guild in Yun City turned to dust, leaving a vast open space. In front of Yunhe Tower, the kneeling Zhang Kuei and others had no time to plead for mercy before being blasted into clouds of blood mist. A thought from the great emperor, and they were completely dead. Goodness, too powerful. Jue Tiantong swallowed hard. The means of a great emperor, how he desired that. But that day will eventually come. Father, do you wish to accompany me to the East Wilderness? With a thought, Zhu Wuchen erased the Alchemist's Guild of Yun City and looked at Jue Tiantong with some anticipation. Now he was at the peak of the great emperor realm. With his cultivation and means, although he couldn't say he could make his father into a great emperor, nurturing him to become a saint within 100 years was absolutely no problem. Moreover, his brothers surely wanted to see their father too. However, Jue Tiantong waved his hand. No, your father has his own matters to attend to. It won't be long before your father will summon you again. So go back now. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Zhu Wuchen was left in a daze. Summon. Could it be that this truly is a dream? But this feels so real. Eastern Wilderness. The Wuchen immortal sect. Zhu Wuchen's expression held some confusion, his heart filled with doubt. After returning to the Wuchen immortal sect to verify whether what had just occurred was a dream, Zhu Wuchen once again locked onto the South Wilderness Yun City with the Emperor's divine sense. Indeed, within Yun City, the Alchemist Guild was truly missing. This confirmed to him that what had just happened was not a dream but reality. He personally destroyed the Alchemist Guild within that city. However, Zhu Wuchen was shocked to discover that there was no trace of his father, Jue Tiantong, in that city. In fact, there was no sign of his father anywhere in the entire South Wilderness. This realization sent a chill through Zhu Wuchen's heart. If it were a dream, the Alchemist Guild in Yun City could not possibly have vanished. If it were not a dream, how could his father, Jue Tiantong, be missing? South Wilderness. Xian region. Yun City. Prodigal. After Zhu Wuchen left, Jue Tiantong was filled with grief and indignation. The Alchemist Guild was a place of wealth. But now, with the Alchemist Guild turned to dust, countless fortunes and resources had also turned to dust. That little brat Zhu Wuchen, why didn't he extract the resources and treasures from the Alchemist Guild before destroying it? Pain. Just thinking about having brushed past such incredible wealth made Jue Tiantong feel a pang of heartache. How many pills would he have to refine to recover the wealth and resources of the entire Alchemist Guild in Yun City? Meanwhile, at this moment in Yun City, with the departure of the Wuchen Emperor, the people of Yun City emerged as if they had crawled out of a swamp. Their bodies trembled, their expressions filled with fear, completely shrouded by an indescribable terror. The Wuchen Emperor had actually descended upon this small Yun City. Moreover, that Master Zhu who refined the divine concealment-breaking pill turned out to be the father of the Wuchen Emperor. Many suddenly recalled a statement made by Master Zhu. I, Jue Tiantong, have 9 sons, all of whom are emperor-level powerhouses. It turned out that Master Zhu was truly not lying. The Wuchen Emperor was indeed one of the 9 supreme emperors of the Xianyang continent. Thus, like the Wuchen Emperor, the other 8 emperor-level Zhu clan powerhouses were also offspring of Master Jue Tiantong. Such a truth left the people of Yun City in utter disbelief. The father of the 9 supreme emperors of the Zhu clan had actually come to their small Yun City. Such a situation seemed so unreasonable, yet it undeniably existed. Disturbed by this revelation, Jue Tiantong no longer wished to continue selling pills. At least he did not want to take action himself. Shopkeeper. Upon hearing Jue Tiantong's voice, the shopkeeper of Yunhe Tower, Xiao Yuan, rushed to Jue Tiantong's side in a trembling manner. Jue Master, what are your orders? Regret. At this moment, Xiao Yuan felt an overwhelming sense of regret. If he hadn't been so preoccupied earlier, perhaps his standing in Jue Tiantong's eyes would have been different now. Unfortunately, one misstep led to the loss of a tremendous opportunity. No need to be nervous. Jue Tiantong tossed the Qinkuan bag in his hand to the shopkeeper. Xiao Yuan, I have some divine concealment-breaking pills here. Sell them and give me the money. Remember, this batch of divine concealment-breaking pills is only sold for 8,000 low-grade spirit stones each. Having said that, Jue Tiantong turned and returned to his room on the 3rd floor of Yunhe Tower. Ding, the host was saved by the 9th son Zhu Wuchen, triggering the system's 8-star reward. Reward: cultivation of the 12th level of the Dharma aspect realm. Upgrade: Wuxiang Tongming Heart Sutra to an imperial grade low-grade technique. Upgrade: Wuxiang Mingyan Alchemy God Art to extraordinary grade alchemy. and upgrade low-grade martial skill small wuxiang hand to supreme martial skill great wuxiang hand. In the room as the system's prompt appeared, Jue Tiantong's mood instantly became extremely delightful. While being saved by his little son this time brought astonishing rewards. Although it was merely an 8-star reward, it had already filled Jue Tiantong with excitement. The technique upgraded to imperial grade low grade, and the alchemy skill upgraded to extraordinary grade. Even the originally low-grade martial skill small wuxiang hand was directly upgraded to the supreme martial skill great wuxiang hand. Most importantly, his cultivation had directly reached the 12th level of the Dharma aspect realm. Just one step away from reaching the pinnacle realm. Amazing. Truly amazing. System claimed the reward. Ding reward successfully issued. In the room with the system's reward being distributed, terrifying cultivation surged into Jue Tiantong's body like a rushing river. 7th level of the Divine Concealment Realm. 8th level of the Divine Concealment Realm. 9th level of the Divine Concealment Realm. One by one the treasure cavities within him were now being opened uncontrollably. In just a moment, all 108 treasure cavities in his body became unimpeded. The aura of his cultivation was rapidly strengthening. Outside Yunhe Tower, some people felt that within Yunhe Tower at this time, it was as if a great beast. At a certain moment, the shackles of the 12th level of the Divine Concealment Realm were forcefully broken, and a powerful avatar of a strong person condensed behind Jue Tiantong. It was a strong person's phantom resembling Jue Tiantong by 7 or 8 points. And at the brow of that avatar, the marks of the Dharma aspect continued to increase one after another. 1st level of the Dharma aspect realm. 2nd level of the Dharma aspect realm. 9th level of the Dharma aspect realm. 11th level of the Dharma aspect realm. 12th level of the Dharma aspect realm. After an incense stick's time, Jue Tiantong opened his eyes, slowly exhaling a breath of turbid air. His cultivation realm had reached the peak of the 12th level of the Dharma aspect realm. Just one step away from stepping into the pinnacle realm. This kind of growth left Jue Tiantong feeling somewhat incredulous. Had it really only been a few days since his resurrection, and he had already reached the peak of the Dharma aspect realm? Indeed, having a cheat is just different. Although this cheat required him to be saved by his own descendants to trigger, however, he was very satisfied with every reward triggered. Just like this time, his cultivation had directly reached the 12th level of the Dharma aspect realm, which had strengthened his own power 100-fold. Moreover, with the upgrade of the technique, whether in cultivation comprehension or alchemy, his abilities had great. Additionally, with the upgrade of the alchemy skill, he now only needed to try a few times to refine extraordinary grade pills. A single supreme high-grade divine concealment breaking pill could sell for 80,000 or even 100,000 low-grade spirit stones. If he could modify the pill formula to create an extraordinary grade Dharma aspect breaking pill, could it allow those peak Dharma aspect realm powerhouses to step into the pinnacle realm? Thinking this way, if successful, it would mean a fortune. The more he thought, the more excited Jue Tiantong became. However, modifying the divine concealment breaking pill into the Dharma aspect breaking pill seemed like a monumental task. But Jue Tiantong had plenty of time now. With more attempts, he would surely succeed. Moreover, if he could modify the divine concealment breaking pill into the Dharma aspect breaking pill, then in the future he could modify the Dharma aspect breaking pill into the pinnacle breaking pill, or even the heavenly king breaking pill, and so on. Wow, without needing to toil for the elevation of his cultivation realm, this is a path to endless wealth. Do it. He must do it. This path he had to strive with all his might. Because once he succeeded, the benefits would be immense. From today onward, he would attempt to transform the Xinzong breakthrough pill into the Faxiang breakthrough pill. Knock, knock, knock. Just then a knock came from outside the door. Master Jue, I am Xiao Yuan. May I enter? Jue Tiantong waved his hand, and the door to the room swung open. Standing outside the room was none other than Xiao Yuan, the proprietor of Yunhe Tower. Is something the matter? Jue Tiantong asked lightly. But at this moment Xiao Yuan outside was struck with astonishment, as if thunderstruck. Because the Dharma manifestation behind Jue Tiantong had not yet dissipated, Xiao Yuan could clearly see the manifested form behind him. Fa. Faxiang realm, the 12th layer. Mas. Master Jue. Xiao Yuan's shock was utterly beyond description. He himself was a cultivator at the 4th layer of the Faxiang realm, and he was absolutely certain that Jue Tiantong's true cultivation had previously been only at the 6th layer of the Xinzong realm. But now how had he reached the 12th layer of the Faxiang realm? Could the aura emanating from Yunhe Tower just moments ago be the result of Master Jue's breakthrough? There is no need for astonishment. Everything that happens to this old man is but natural. Jue Tiantong remained as composed as ever. A moment ago he was a mere nobody at the 6th layer of the Xinzong realm. In an instant he had become a peak expert of the Faxiang realm. Natural. Xiao Yuan swallowed his saliva and hastily presented a black gold spatial ring. Master Jue, all 230 Xinzong breakthrough pills have been sold. At 80,000 low-grade spirit stones each, the total is 18,400,000 low-grade spirit stones. As for this spatial ring, it is a gift from Yunhe Tower to you, Master Jue. Could it be an extraordinary grade spiritual artifact? Taking the black gold spatial ring from Xiao Yuan, Jue Tiantong was somewhat surprised. On the Xianyang continent, the treasures and weapons used by powerful cultivators were divided into spiritual artifacts and emperor artifacts. Furthermore, both spiritual and emperor artifacts were classified into lower, middle, superior, and extraordinary grades. Usually those below the sage realm used spiritual artifacts. Only experts at the sage realm possessed the more powerful emperor artifacts. However, even an extraordinary grade spiritual artifact was vastly inferior in value to a low-grade emperor artifact. Nevertheless, the value of an extraordinary grade spiritual artifact was still immeasurable. Not to mention ordinary cultivators, even many Heavenly King realm experts might not own one. Among all extraordinary grade spiritual artifacts, a spatial ring like the one in Jue Tiantong's hand was even more precious. Such items possessed immense internal space and offered tremendous utility. Jue Tiantong had never expected that Yunhe Tower would gift him such a valuable extraordinary grade spatial ring. Now he could finally discard those cheap cosmos pouches. I accept this gift. As he put the ring on his finger, it adjusted its size automatically. Truly a fine treasure. Seeing that Jue Tiantong was pleased with the gift, Xiao Yuan let out a long sigh of relief. With such an important figure staying in their Yunhe Tower, if he were displeased, it could spell disaster for their establishment. Master Jue, Xiao Yuan asked cautiously, the demand for today's Xinzong breakthrough pills is too high. Those outside begged me to ask if you could refine more of them. Xiao Yuan quickly emphasized, Lord Xiongwei of Yun City has stated that if you, Master Jue, are willing to refine more Xinzong breakthrough pills for the people of Yun City, regardless of your asking price, he will purchase them at a price 20% higher. Moreover, many others have said that if you, Master Jue, are willing to refine additional pills, they will all buy them at the price of 120,000 low-grade spirit stones each. Hearing Xiao Yuan's words, Jue Tiantong stroked his chin. The demand for Xinzong breakthrough pills in Yun City seemed rather significant. And selling each pill for 120,000 low-grade spirit stones would indeed earn him more profit. However, what he most wanted to do now was to modify the Xinzong breakthrough pills into Faxiang breakthrough pills. Thus, he could not use up too many of the medicinal herbs he had. He needed to earn money where he could, but also pave the way forward. So Jue Tiantong looked at Xiao Yuan and asked, let me ask you, in this Yun City, are there many peak Faxiang realm experts? Peak Faxiang realm. Xiao Yuan thought for a moment and replied, from what I know originally, there were over a dozen peak Faxiang realm experts in Yun City. But after the Alchemist Guild was destroyed, only 7 or 8 remain in the city. Among them 2 are elders of our Yunhe Tower. Only 7 or 8 left. It seemed Yun City was still too. In that case, he would refine more Xinzong breakthrough pills while modifying the Faxiang ones. Announced that 10 days later this old man will sell Xinzong breakthrough pills again. 300 pills. Each pill priced at 120,000 low-grade spirit stones. Each person may purchase only 1 pill. As for the city lord's scheme, Jue Tiantong paid it no heed. Buying his pills at a 20% higher price. They wanted to monopolize and get rich. Did they really think Jue Tiantong was naive? If he did not wish to bother with those ants, he could annihilate the city lord's mansion of Yun City this very moment. Although he was only at the 12th layer of the Faxiang realm, the paltry forces of the city lord's mansion were nothing to him. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Xiao Yuan withdrew from the room, his heart seething with excitement. Moments later, the news that Master Jue would sell Xinzong breakthrough pills again in 10 days spread like a bird with wings. But 300 pills were simply not enough. Many speculated that Master Jue had run short of medicinal ingredients for refining the pills. As a result, some volunteers began searching for the necessary herbs across the trading venues of Yun City for Master. By sunset that day, Jue Tiantong had received over 3,000 herbs needed to refine Xinzong breakthrough pills. Now he had more materials to attempt creating the Faxiang breakthrough pills. In just 3 days, Jue Tiantong finished refining the 300 Xinzong breakthrough pills to be sold later. He did not stop. Instead, he devoted himself entirely to modifying the Xinzong breakthrough pill. Both were breakthrough pills, but tailored for different cultivation realms. It occurred to Jue Tiantong, if he added some herbs suitable for the Faxiang realm, could he produce a Faxiang breakthrough pill? The moment this idea struck, his eyes lit up. Yes, it was definitely feasible. Act on it at once. He began the next batch of pills. He threw all the ingredients for Xinzong breakthrough pills into the furnace, then randomly selected 6 or 7 herbs that only Faxiang realm cultivators could use, and added them in. Black flames burst forth and the fragrance of medicinal herbs filled the air. As time passed, Jue Tiantong increasingly felt that he might be on the verge of success. Boom. However, less than a stick of incense into the refinement, a thunderous explosion erupted in the room. A sudden loud noise startled the many guests at the Cloud Crane Tower today. The commotion came from the third floor, specifically from Master Jue's room, and no one dared to approach. As for the reason did it need to be said. It must be that Master Jue had failed in his pill refining. The furnace, thus many who seemingly came to the Cloud Crane Tower daily for food and drink, but were actually waiting for the sale of the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pills in a few days now grew worried. Master Jue's furnace exploded. Could the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pills they anticipated be compromised? Cough, 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 cough. Inside the room, Jue Tiantong coughed violently, his face covered in black medicinal residue, his hair disheveled, and black smoke pouring from his mouth. Damn it! The furnace exploded. Jue Tiantong was shocked. How could it have exploded? The theory should have been correct, right? The more he failed, the more determined he became. Jue Tiantong was energized. He absolutely had to create the Dharma Aspect Breakthrough pill. The explosion might have been due to the wrong ingredients added. Then he would substitute other ingredients and continue refining. Although it exploded, the 9 Dragons furnace he used was a top-grade furnace rewarded by the system of extremely high quality. Even if it exploded 100 times, the 9 Dragons furnace would remain intact. Bang, bang, bang. Over the following days, every few hours a loud noise would erupt from the 3rd floor of Cloud Crane Tower. Moreover, those sudden explosions occurred without any pattern, sometimes during the day and sometimes late at night. Each explosion startled the people near Cloud Crane Tower, and the guests staying there suffered greatly. Every time it felt like an assault on their nerves. The day before the pill sale, remove the violet monkey flower, 7-star grass, and black scale fruit. Replace them with blood marrow, fungus, emperor spirit fruit, and silverhorn tree flower. This time it shouldn't go wrong, right? In the room, even after countless failures, Jue Tiantong still did not give up. After replacing some ingredients, he once again began refining. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Success. Success. I have finally succeeded. Ha ha ha. As dusk approached, a sound of immense joy erupted from within the Cloud Crane Tower. An incredibly rich fragrance of pills wafted from the 3rd floor of Cloud Crane Tower. What pill is this? Its fragrance is even richer than that of the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pill. No, this fragrance seems to surpass that of even the highest grade pills. So has Master Jue refined a pill of extraordinary rank. It's possible, very possible. If it were an ordinary pill, Master Jue wouldn't be this delighted. Yes, Master Jue's excitement surely means he has created a new pill and of an extraordinary rank. Does that mean tomorrow Master Jue will be selling extraordinary rank pills? After Jue Tiantong's burst of laughter, news spread from the Cloud Crane Tower. This was huge. The news that Master Jue might sell extraordinary rank pills tomorrow delighted those who were already worried, because he would only sell 300 Divine Treasury Breakthrough pills. If they had the chance, even if they couldn't get the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pill, they must seize an extraordinary rank pill. What kind of pill it was didn't matter as long as it was extraordinary. In the room at Cloud Crane Tower, Jue Tiantong gazed at the perfectly round pill in his hand, shrouded in a faint purplured mist, an extraordinary low-grade pill. His heart was filled with joy. Success. He had finally succeeded. After modifying the formula for the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pill, he had created a new pill, and an extraordinary low-grade one at that. Yet looking at the pill in his hand, Jue Tiantong soon furrowed his brows. Perfectly round, with an enticing fragrance and a purplured hue with a single pill pattern on its surface. This was indeed an extraordinary low-grade pill. But was this the Dharma Aspect Breakthrough pill? Jue Tiantong was uncertain. After all, he didn't know if the Dharma Aspect Breakthrough pill even existed. As for the pill's effects, he would find out tomorrow by testing it on someone. It's still early, I might as well refine a few more extraordinary pills. Over the past few days, though every batch had exploded, Jue Tiantong's alchemy skills had already reached the level of an extraordinary alchemist. If it weren't for his research on the Dharma Aspect Breakthrough pill, he would have already produced a heap of extraordinary pills. After all, other pills had formulas, and knowing which ingredients to use made refining straightforward. The Dharma Aspect Breakthrough pill was his own concoction, and though he had succeeded, he didn't know its effects. So now he decided to refine a few other extraordinary pills. Spiritual Void pill, Blood Soul pill, and Youth Preservation pill. Even if I use the same materials with my current extraordinary alchemist level, I should be able to refine them into extraordinary rank pills, right? Having selected the pills to refine, Jue Tiantong began again. In the blink of an eye, a whole night passed. Early the next morning, Jue Tiantong handed over the 300 Divine Treasury Breakthrough pills he had already prepared to Xiao Yuan, instructing him to sell them on his behalf. Each Divine Treasury Breakthrough pill cost 12,000 low-grade spirit stones, and only 300 were available. People's enthusiasm for the pill was astonishing. Within less than half an hour of the sale starting, all 300 pills were completely sold out. Where is the Alchemist Guild? It's gone. Meanwhile, as people were scrambling to buy the Divine Treasury Breakthrough pills at the Cloud Crane Tower, an old man with gray hair and beard dressed in gray robes, a beautiful young girl in a green dress, and a middle-aged man exuding an authoritative aura appeared in Cloud City. But as they passed by the former site of the Cloud City Alchemist Guild, the three of them were stunned. Half a month ago the guild had still been here. Yet now in just half a month the Alchemist Guild had vanished. Staring at the vast empty space, Gu Qingxue and Zhang Qingxue found it hard to believe. It was too clean, completely gone with not even a trace of the guild left. Hearing their confusion, a passing old man kindly cautioned, "You folks must be new to Cloud City. Let me tell you, in this city you must follow the rules and never offend Master Jue." Master Jue. Gu Qingxue frowned. When did a Master Jue come to Cloud City? The old man pointed to the empty space. This was once the renowned Alchemist Guild. But now, because the guild members offended Master Jue, the entire Cloud City Alchemist Guild was erased by the arrival of the Dustless Emperor. So in this city never offend Master Jue. For Master Jue has 9 sons, all of whom are emperors. And the Dustless Emperor is one of Master Jue's 9 sons. After saying this, the old man hurried toward the Cloud Crane Tower. Oh, why am I wasting time worrying? This delay probably means I'll miss out on Master Jue's pills again. Watching the old man's retreating figure, Gu Qingxue, Uncle Shui, and the others were left stunned. Master Jue, do all your 9 disciples hold the title of Emperor? Is Emperor Wuchen one of Master Jue's 9 disciples? Did the Alchemist Association in Yun City disappear due to offending that Master Jue? Gu Qingxue swallowed, looking somewhat dazed at Zhang Qingxue. Uncle Shui, do you believe this? Zhang Qingxue glanced at the now vanished Alchemist Association in Yun City, but the Alchemist Association in Yun City is gone. As several people were astonished, just like the previous old man. At this moment many hurried past Gu Qingxue, and the others appearing quite anxious. Qingxue and old Zhang. Gu Tingfeng seemed puzzled. You just visited Yun City half a month ago, so is there really a Master Jue here in Yun City? Master Jue. Gu Qingxue shook her head, then, as if recalling something, she asked, could it be that the master you mentioned, Uncle Shui, is the one who sold us the top-grade high-tier Tianyuan pill? Thinking of that person, Zhang Qingxue was also somewhat surprised. Indeed, although we made a deal with that master that day, I didn't know the master's background. Looking at the crowd ahead, Uncle Shui suddenly felt a bit nervous. Miss Patriarch, we came to Yun City today, hoping to chance upon that master once again. But now it seems that the master we encountered that day is very likely the Master Jue that people in Yun City are talking. So let's hurry and follow to see what the situation is. Outside Unit Tower, is it gone? Did the God Conceal Breaking Pill refined by Master Jue sell out again? I arrived too late again. I didn't expect that despite rushing I still missed the God Conceal Breaking Pill refined by Master Jue. Hearing the words of the crowd, Gu Tingfeng and Zhang Qingxue, who finally squeezed to the outside of Yunhe Tower, were quite shocked. The God Conceal Breaking Pill. Isn't that the pill that allows peak practitioners of the God Conceal realm to break through to the Law Manifestation realm with a 100% success rate? So the God Conceal Breaking Pill really exists. And so many people are here to buy the God Conceal Breaking Pill from that Master Jue. Excuse me, fellow Taoist, are you talking about the God Conceal Breaking Pill, eh? Uncle Shui asked excitedly to a nearby cultivator who was currently at the peak of the God Conceal realm. If I could obtain a God Conceal Breaking Pill, wouldn't I be able to break through to the Law Manifestation realm? Yes, we are indeed referring to the God Conceal Breaking Pill. The person sighed with some helplessness. Unfortunately, the God Conceal Breaking Pill refined by Master Jue is in short supply. Within less than half an hour today, the 300 God Conceal Breaking Pills refined by Master Jue have sold out again. I don't know when we will have the opportunity to buy the God Conceal Breaking Pill refined by Master Jue again. At this moment, someone in the crowd suddenly raised a question. Wait, I heard that Master Jue might have refined extraordinary grade pills yesterday. Why are there none for sale today? This question seemed to break a certain boundary. Yes, yesterday Master Jue declared success, and the fragrance of pills emanating from Yunhe Tower was far superior to that of top-grade pills. It must be that Master Jue refined extraordinary grade pills. I can attest to this. When Master Jue declared success yesterday, I was indeed inside Yunhe Tower. Master Jue, if you have refined extraordinary pills, please sell them to me. Master Jue, for an extraordinary grade pill, I am willing to offer 200,000. No, 300,000. I will offer 300,000 low-grade spirit stones for one. I will offer 400,000. I will offer 500,000 low-grade spirit stones to buy one extraordinary grade pill. In Yunhe Tower on the second floor, Jue Tiantong, who had already finished his breakfast, brightened his eyes. The moment has finally arrived. With a creak amidst the calls of countless people, the window on the east side of the second floor of Yunhe Tower finally opened. What appeared before the crowd was Jue Tiantong, the Master Jue they spoke of. He is Master Jue. Seeing Jue Tiantong at the window of the second floor of Yunhe Tower, Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui were both somewhat shocked. The Master Jue that people in Yun City are talking about is indeed the one who sold them a Tianyuan pill half a month ago. However, both Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui felt something was amiss. This Master Jue who took out so many top-grade high-tier pills back then is still doing well now. Could it be that no one has troubled this Master Jue for those mouth-watering top-grade high-tier pills? This Master Jue is actually a peak practitioner of the law manifestation realm. Hearing Gu Tingfeng's words, Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui were both startled. What? Peak of the law manifestation realm? How is this possible? Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui felt extremely shocked. Half a month ago this Master Jue was clearly only at the 6th level of the God Conceal realm. At this moment Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui were shocked to find that they truly could no longer see through Master Jue's cultivation level. Master Jue finally appeared. Master Jue, did you really refine extraordinary grade pills yesterday? Could you? With Jue Tiantong's appearance, the crowd outside Unit Tower became even more excited. Although it is impossible to have God Conceal breaking pills today, what if there's a chance to obtain extraordinary grade pills refined by Master Jue? Looking at the excited crowd, Jue Tiantong raised his hand. Everyone's silence. Heavens, so many people. If I have enough pills, I could possibly become the richest person in Yun City. Looking at those eager and longing faces, Jue Tiantong then said, the God Conceal breaking pill is indeed gone. Moreover, in recent days I have indeed refined a few extraordinary grade pills. Yesterday, I even refined a new pill. Therefore today, considering everyone's requests, I have decided to sell a few extraordinary grade pills that I have refined recently. As for the price, are there really extraordinary grade pills? At this moment the crowd became even more excited. Before Jue Tiantong could finish speaking, the excited voices of the people began to rise again. 300,000 Master Jue, I will offer 300,000 low-grade spirit stones to buy one extraordinary grade pill. 400,000 Master Jue, I will offer 400,000. 450,000 Master Jue, I have plenty of spirit stones, please sell me the extraordinary grade pill in your hand. Goodness, looking at the excitement of the people in front of him, Jue Tiantong was even more excited inside. I'm going to get rich, I'm going to get rich. The demand for the pills he refined has reached a peak period. Cough cough. Jue Tiantong signaled everyone to calm down. Currently, I only have 6 extraordinary grade pills in hand. Therefore, I will only sell these 6 pills to those destined to have them. As for who is destined to have them. Before he finished speaking, an old man who looked to be in his 70s or 80s, dressed lavishly and possessing the cultivation of the 6th level of the law manifestation realm, was the first to present a Chinquan bag. Master Jue, I am destined to have the extraordinary grade pill in your hand. This is worth 600,000 low-grade spirit stones. Jue Tiantong was taken aback, then laughed heartily. Ha ha, good, you are indeed destined to have the extraordinary grade pill in my hand. Then with a wave of his hand, 5 low-tier extraordinary pills floated in front of him. Revitalizing pill, blood soul pill, spirit void pill, spirit melting pill, and Tianhua pill. Choose one for yourself. Blood soul pill. The lavishly dressed old man suddenly became excited. Blood soul pill, Master Jue, I want this blood soul pill. A strong warrior suddenly exclaimed, heavens, it's actually the blood soul pill. It is said that the blood soul pill has tremendous effects. No matter which realm one isn't taking, it will allow the user to break through at least 2 minor realms. A man in his 40s, a 9th layer practitioner of the Dharma aspect realm, deeply regretted not acting sooner. An extraordinary grade blood soul pill, if consumed by someone like me in the Dharma aspect realm, would definitely enable a breakthrough to the 10th layer of the Dharma aspect realm. Among the crowd, a female cultivator at the divine concealment realm exclaimed, the youth retaining pill, it's actually an extraordinary low-grade youth retaining pill. Another slightly stronger female cultivator stepped forward excitedly. 800,000 low-grade spirit stones, Master Jue, please sell this youth retaining pill to me. The spirit integration pill, I can't believe Master Jue has refined an extraordinary grade spirit integration pill. A 5th layer practitioner of the Dharma aspect realm directly offered 1 million low-grade spirit stones. Master Jue, please sell this spirit integration pill to me. In another direction, Lu Tai, the deputy lord of the Yun City Lord's mansion, trembled as he spoke. Master Jue, the Tianhua pill, I offer 900,000 low-grade spirit stones to buy this Tianhua pill. Crazy. Watching the scene unfold, Gu Tingfeng felt these people were completely insane. Wait, wasn't he here for the pills? The extraordinary grade Lingshu pill was far more effective than the pill he originally needed. Why was he just watching? Master Jue, what about that Lingshu pill? However, just as Gu Tingfeng's words began to form, another strong warrior drowned him out. 2 million low-grade spirit stones, Master Jue, please sell this Lingshu pill to me. Ha, these few pills are yours now. Jue Tiantong directly accepted the Chinquan bag offered by those few people and handed the pills to them. Extraordinary grade pills can indeed yield more profits. Just 5 extraordinary grade pills brought him an income of 530,000 low-grade spirit stones. If he were to open a pill shop in Yun City, wouldn't that be? But as soon as this thought arose, Jue Tiantong dismissed. He was currently refining pills only temporarily. The reason he had amassed a large amount of spirit stones was solely due to a special message appearing in the system space. Spirit stone count 89,400,000 low-grade spirit stones. This was the total after selling the pills he refined minus the costs of the materials collected by the buyers plus the 200,000 mid-grade spirit stones he received from the Xinyuan sect. This line of information was read and Jue Tiantong had no idea what it meant. When he asked the system, the only answer he got was a trigger condition. As for what it triggered, Jue Tiantong was even less clear. Therefore, right now, he only wanted to earn enough spirit stones and see how many spirit stones were needed to trigger this system reward. Thus, once he triggered it, Jue Tiantong would definitely no longer be so keen on earning spirit stones. After all, while spirit stones were a resource needed by most for cultivation, they could not compare to the benefits he would gain from triggering the system reward. 89,400,000 low-grade spirit stones. If Jue Tiantong was not mistaken, he was still short 1,060,000 low-grade spirit stones to trigger a certain system reward. At that time, he could leave this small Yun city, continue to provoke those powerful warriors, and summon his son the Emperor to come to his rescue and trigger the system reward. Yes, he was definitely short 1,060,000 low-grade spirit stones. Therefore, next he just needed to refine 100 divine concealment breaking pills to earn 1,060,000 low-grade spirit stones, and this trigger condition would surely be met. 1 youth retaining pill, 1 blood soul pill, 1 Lingshu pill, and 1 spirit integration pill. That's just 5 extraordinary grade pills. Just as Jue Tiantong was pondering, someone suddenly asked, "Master Jue, didn't you say earlier that you had 6 extraordinary grade pills? This is only 5. Oh right, Master Jue only took out 5 extraordinary grade pills. So Master Jue, are you keeping 1 extraordinary grade pill for yourself and not selling it?" Jue Tiantong coughed lightly, revealing a pill in his hand. "To be honest, this is the extraordinary grade pill I refined yesterday. This is an extraordinary low-grade pill, but I don't even know what its effects are. Therefore, I do not intend to sell this pill. On the contrary, if someone is willing to test the effects of this pill for me, I will refine a pill of their choice for free." Jue Tiantong extended his hand so that everyone could see the pill he held. "So is there anyone willing to test the effects of this pill for me?" It was round, purpler, enveloped in a faint purple mist. The alluring scent of the pill made one unconsciously swallow, as if it contained some mysterious power. At this moment, the pill in Jue Tiantong's hand indeed made people's mouths water. However, no one dared to try a newly refined pill with unknown effects. Someone asked, "Master Jue, could this pill be poison?" Jue Tiantong answered honestly, "It could be, or it could not be, but it's 50-50. What are you willing to test the pill for me?" The person's face changed and he took a few steps back. "Master Jue, I have elders above me and younger ones below me." "Get lost." Jue Tiantong glanced disdainfully at the other. "Who isn't afraid of death? As long as someone is willing to test the pill for me, perhaps I could help them break through to the ascendant realm." Break through to the ascendant realm. Gu Tingfeng suddenly felt a stir in his heart. What he sought all these years was precisely to break through to the ascendant realm. For this purpose, he had encountered major problems in his cultivation. If it weren't for Elder Zhang and his beloved daughter Qingxue obtaining a Tianyuan pill half a month ago, he might have already perished by now. And that Tianyuan pill was obtained from Master Jue's hands. Thus, the newly refined extraordinary grade pill in Master Jue's hands might not be poison after all. If luck were on his side, it might just help him, Gu Tingfeng, break through to the ascendant realm. "Master Jue, I am willing to test the pill for you." Just as everyone was weighing whether to try, Gu Tingfeng took a step forward. "Father, head of the family." Gu Qingxue and Water Uncle were shocked, as they never expected Gu Tingfeng would make such a decision. If it were poison, it could cost him his life. Good. Youth truly has guts. Jue Tiantong looked at Gu Tingfeng with great appreciation, only to find that he was actually a peak practitioner of the Dharma aspect realm. Oh dear, a peak practitioner of the Dharma aspect realm is the best experimental subject. Moreover, at this moment, Jue Tiantong also noticed Gu Qingxue and Zhang Qingxue. These were the 2 people who had first purchased pills from him on the 2nd floor of Yuna Tower half a month ago. What kind-hearted people, bringing a peak practitioner of the Dharma aspect realm to test the pill for him. Jue Tiantong sent the elixir through the air to Gu Tingfeng, saying, "Let me make this clear first. I have no idea what this pill's effects are. If something goes wrong, I won't be held responsible." Of course. Jue Tiantong immediately threw out a condition that sealed Gu Tingfeng's decision. "All 9 of my sons are great emperors, and my 6th son Zhu Wushan founded the Wushan Dao sect in Nanhua. If something does happen to you because of this pill, I won't take the blame, but I might consider letting your children study under the Wushan Dao sect." Hearing this, Gu Tingfeng and his son Gu Qingxue were stunned. Could it be true that Master Jue was really the father of Wushan Emperor Zhu Wushan? Was everything the old man they had encountered earlier said actually real? Around them, many people now realized Jue Tiantong's true identity and regretted their decision deeply. They had let slip the supreme opportunity to test Master Jue's pill. Even if they themselves died from the pill, having their children enter a sect founded by any of Master Jue's sons would be a fortune beyond measure. But now that chance had slipped right past them. Master Jue, I am willing to test the pill for you. As if injected with adrenaline, Jue Tiantong took a deep breath and swallowed the pill that everyone had feared like a tiger, but now wished they could snatch. Gulp. The pill entered his mouth and slid down his throat. Jue Tiantong clearly felt it dissolve completely while still in his throat. 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. After several breaths, a wave of heat swept through Jue Tiantong's entire body, and his complexion turned flushed. Moreover, a faint pinkish-purple aura began to emanate from him. Even his heartbeat seemed to quicken. Suddenly something changed. Jue Tiantong's eyes widened, and he looked down, then up, then down, then up again. His old face burning red, he dashed straight toward a certain street in Yun City. Some shocked onlookers noticed him darting into a tall building at incredible speed. Soon from within that building, the startled cries of women rang out. What's going on? Jue Tiantong stared after Jue Tiantong's fleeing figure, puzzled. Strange, he had agreed to test the pill for me, so why did he run off to a brothel? So what exactly was the effect of the new pill he had concocted? Jue Tiantong was burning with curiosity, and so was everyone else. The Red Sleeve Pavilion. Gu Qingxue stopped before the tall building, her face flushed with embarrassment. Uncle Shui, father, why did he go to a place like this? Uncle Shui also felt awkward. Young lady, it must be because of that pill. More and more people gathered outside the Red Sleeve Pavilion. Why did that test subject suddenly run into the Red Sleeve Pavilion? Could it be that something is wrong with the pill? So the new transcendent grade pill Master Jue concocted is actually an aphrodisiac. A transcendent grade aphrodisiac. That must be quite an ordeal. An hour later, boom. Within the Red Sleeve Pavilion, where countless were waiting to see the outcome, a brilliant beam of light suddenly shot into the sky. A terrifying aura of a powerful expert burst forth from within the Red Sleeve Pavilion. Gradually above the pavilion, a golden cauldron formed from condensed world energy appeared in the sky. A cauldron. That's the phenomenon that appears when a cultivator breaks through to the summit realm. Someone inside the Red Sleeve Pavilion has reached the summit realm. So who could it be who broke through to the summit realm inside the Red Sleeve Pavilion? Look, another phantom cauldron is appearing. The Red Sleeve Pavilion was the largest brothel in Yun City. Though most of its residents were courtesans who sold only their talents, it was still a place of pleasure and had a poor reputation. Yet now someone inside that very establishment had broken through to the summit realm. And even more astonishing, they had directly reached the second level of the summit realm. His could it be? Not far away, Jue Tiantong frowned and thought a possibility dawning on him. After a moment, the phenomenon vanished from the sky above the Red Sleeve Pavilion, and a powerful figure shot away as a blur. The speed was such that no one could make out who it was. A little later, a young woman with a flushed face left the Red Sleeve Pavilion carrying a bundle. Some noticed that she had taken her contract of indenture with her. Moreover, that young woman possessed the peak cultivation of the divine treasury realm, apparently having just broken through. So it's over. Jue Tiantong watched the woman's retreating back, seemed to understand something, and then turned to return to the Yunhe Pavilion. Sure enough, upon his return, he saw someone. Jue Tiantong, the man who had tested his pill. And when Jue Tiantong met Jue Tiantong's eyes again, his expression was, well, extremely awkward. Second level of the summit realm. Seeing Jue Tiantong's current cultivation, Jue Tiantong finally confirmed it. The one who had broken through inside the Red Sleeve Pavilion was indeed Jue Tiantong. So his Dharma image realm-breaking pill had succeeded, but with a twist. It deviated from the normal version. Master Jue. Jue Tiantong had just begun when Jue Tiantong pulled him aside to sit down. Quick, tell me everything about the pill's effect. At this, Jue Tiantong's old face reddened even more, his embarrassment deepening. After a long while, Jue Tiantong stroked his beard and said, so if I remove the imperial spirit fruit from the ingredients, there should be no problem. Imperial spirit fruit. Jue Tiantong's face darkened upon hearing Jue Tiantong's words. Master Jue, that fruit is the prime ingredient for aphrodisiacs. No wonder that pill had been so potent. But by now, Jue Tiantong, having understood the situation, paid no attention to Jue Tiantong's expression and simply left him behind to return to his room on the 3rd floor. He wanted to continue refining the Dharma image realm-breaking pill and see if the version without the imperial spirit fruit would still have the same problem. Father, Patriarch. After Jue Tiantong returned to his 3rd floor room, Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui also came back to the Yunhe Pavilion. The atmosphere was somewhat awkward. Nevertheless, both Gu Qingxue and Uncle Shui could sense that Jue Tiantong's cultivation had improved. So the one who had broken through in the Red Sleeve Pavilion really was Father Jue Tiantong. Gu Qingxue suddenly felt sorry for her father. When they got home, her fierce mother would surely skin him alive, at least 3 layers off. 2 hours later, Jue Tiantong emerged from his room again. In his hand was another pill, perfectly round with a tempting fragrance, a single pill pattern on its surface and a green hue. This was the transcendent grade low-level Dharma image realm-breaking pill he had refined after removing the imperial spirit fruit. Glancing around the Yunhe pavilion, Jue Tiantong tossed the pill to the innkeeper Xiao Yuan. "Hey shopkeeper, didn't you say your inn has 2 Dharma image realm peak experts stationed here? Go have one of them swallow this pill." Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Xiao Yuan felt a surge of fear. To give the pill to a peak expert of the Dharma manifestation realm stationed at Yunhe Tower, he couldn't dare to do that. What if something went wrong with the pill? He would be torn apart. However, before Xiao Yuan could even speak, 2 peak experts of the Dharma manifestation realm appeared behind him. The 2 men appeared to be in their 50s, sharing a certain resemblance, suggesting they were likely twin brothers. One was dressed in black with white hair, while the other wore white with black hair, presenting a striking contrast. The brothers Lu Qing and Lu Hong were the 2 peak experts of the Dharma manifestation realm stationed at Yunhe Tower in Yun City. "Master Zhu, I am willing to test the pill for you." Lu Qing reached out to take the pill from Xiao Yuan's hand, but Lu Hong intervened, saying, "Brother, let me handle that." Lu Qing extended his other hand, insisting, "No, this is too dangerous. I can do it, brother." Lu Hong also reached out to stop him, "Brother." Before he could finish, Jue Tiantong took out another identical pill from his hand, saying, "There's no need to argue. I have made a total of 3 pills this time." Seeing that Jue Tiantong had another pill, Lu Qing and Lu Hong were overjoyed. To test a pill from Master Zhu was their greatest fortune. Gulp, gulp. After Lu Qing and Lu Hong took the pill simultaneously, Jue Tiantong casually said, "By the way, this time the pill comes at a cost." Jue Tiantong held up 5 fingers. "Each pill costs 500,000 low-grade spirit stones." "What 500,000 low-grade spirit stones?" Lu Qing and Lu Hong exclaimed, feeling as though they had boarded a pirate ship. They had to pay 500,000 low-grade spirit stones just to test the pill. However, just as their exclamations fell, both of them felt something happening within their bodies. They quickly sat down cross-legged and began to circulate their cultivation methods. Their auras grew stronger, as if some transformation was occurring within them. Boom, boom. After a moment, one in front and one behind. A magnificent light soared from both Lu Qing and Lu Hong. Above their heads, the surrounding spiritual energy coalesced into the phantom of a massive cauldron and an extraordinary phenomenon. They have broken through to the questioning pinnacle realm. At that moment, those still within Yunhe Tower were utterly astonished. How fortunate were these 2 to test a pill from Master Zhu, and they directly broke through to the questioning pinnacle realm. This scene left countless others envious. After a few breaths, their realms stabilized, and Lu Qing and Lu Hong were filled with immense joy. "We did it. We actually broke through to the questioning pinnacle realm. Yes, after 30 years we finally broke through to the questioning pinnacle realm." Excitement. Tremendous excitement. Just as Lu Qing and Lu Hong wanted to express their gratitude to Jue Tiantong, with a bow, Jue Tiantong waved his hand, saying, "Oh, no need for formalities. The 500,000 low-grade spirit stones for each pill is simply the fate between us. Here, here, here. Don't say 500,000 low-grade spirit stones. Even if it's 1 million low-grade spirit stones, we would be willing to pay." A single small pill had allowed them to break through from decades of stagnation at the peak of the Dharma manifestation realm to the questioning pinnacle realm in a mere moment. At this moment, for Lu Qing and Lu Hong, their feelings were something no one else could comprehend. A mere 500,000 low-grade spirit stones was simply too worthwhile. After receiving 2 payments of 500,000 low-grade spirit stones from Lu Qing and Lu Hong, the total in the system space changed to 99,400,000 low-grade spirit stones. According to Jue Tiantong's estimation, as long as he earned another 600,000 low-grade spirit stones, he should be able to trigger some sort of reward from the system. Just thinking about it made him a little excited. What kind of system reward would 100 million low-grade spirit stones trigger? Would it directly reward him with cultivation at the Emperor realm? This thought made Jue Tiantong even more eager. Never mind, selling the last pill in his hand would be enough. I still have 1 pill left, priced at 500,000 low-grade spirit stones. Is anyone interested? As soon as Jue Tiantong's words fell, swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Outside Yunhe Tower, 6 or 7 strong experts suddenly descended, all of whom, like Lu Qing and Lu Hong before, were peak experts of the Dharma manifestation realm. They included Han Yuan Jiang Long and Yang Yuntai from the Alchemist Guild, as well as Chu Feng and Zhang Huai from the Qingyu Tower, and Lu Song Yinming and Shun Ruyun from the Falling Sword Pavilion. As soon as they arrived, they scrambled to get the pill from Jue Tiantong's hands. Since they were all peak experts of the Dharma manifestation realm, they were merely a step away from breaking through to the questioning pinnacle realm. Master Zhu, Qingyu Tower is an affiliated force of the Wuxin Dao sect. Please, Master Zhu, sell the pill to us at Qingyu Tower. As if my Falling Sword Pavilion is not an affiliated force of the Wuxin Dao sect. Master Zhu, please sell the pill to us at Falling Sword Pavilion. Master Zhu, the Alchemist Guild respects your choice, but if you sell this pill to us, we are willing to give you an exquisite spiritual weapon as a token of gratitude. Hearing the words of the Alchemist Guild expert, Jue Tiantong was suddenly tempted. 500,000 low-grade spirit stones plus an exquisite spiritual weapon. Wait, an exquisite spiritual weapon costs tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones. The Alchemist Guild was desperate for this pill, their intentions were not pure. In the end, Jue Tiantong was not swayed by temptation and sold the pill to someone from Qingyu Tower. In fact, after realizing the Alchemist Guild's intentions were not pure, it didn't matter to Jue Tiantong whether he sold the pill to someone from Qingyu Tower or Falling Sword Pavilion. What he wanted was simply to have his low-grade spirit stones exceed 100 million. Ding, the system shop activation condition has been met. Would the host like to activate the system shop? Indeed, after earning another 500,000 low-grade spirit stones, the system space emitted an exciting prompt. The system shop. Wow, this is a great thing. Once activated, can I buy anything I want from the system shop? For instance, cultivation treasures, pills, spiritual weapons, it must have everything. Although this may not be a direct reward from the system, Jue Tiantong felt increasingly excited. System, activate the system shop. Ding, system shop activation successful, deducting a fee of 100 million low-grade spirit stones. Upon hearing the system's prompt, Jue Tiantong's expression changed drastically, and he felt a sense of impending doom. To activate the system shop, a fee of 100 million low-grade spirit stones was to be deducted. How would it be deducted? Could it possibly swallow the low-grade spirit stones from him directly? Jue Tiantong immediately checked the spatial ring on his hand. The medicinal materials were still there, but he originally had 100,440,000 low-grade spirit stones, and now only 440,000 remained. Me damn system of yours. An enraged roar suddenly resonated within the Yunhe Tower. In an instant, whether outside or inside Yunhe Tower, countless people were startled by this sudden roar. Inside Yunhe Tower, the patrons who were laughing and enjoying their meals either dropped their chopsticks or spilled. Outside Yunhe Tower, passers-by were either startled into jumping or stumbled unexpectedly. Many recognized that the sudden roar from within Yunhe Tower belonged to the esteemed master. So what happened? What could possibly have made the master so furious? On the third floor of Yunhe Tower, inside. At this moment, Jue Tiantong was fuming, his face flushed with anger. Heavens! This damn system is outrageous. He had opened a system shop only to have 100 million low-grade spirit stones deducted from him. He had placed those in his spatial ring. Taking them without permission is considered theft. All his efforts during this time were merely working for this damn system. At this very moment, Jue Tiantong was indeed very angry. However, he also felt utterly helpless. The thought of spending 100 million low-grade spirit stones to open the system shop was simply too painful. Nevertheless, Jue Tiantong took a deep breath, striving to calm himself. Although the cost was high, at least he had opened the system shop. So he decided to see what treasures were available in the system shop, opened with 100 million low-grade spirit stones. High-level Emperor Grade, Xianhuang, Pill 100,000 top-grade spirit stones. High-grade Emperor Artifact, Dragon-slaying Demon Knife, 3 million top-grade spirit stones. Top-grade Emperor Artifact, God-slaying Battle Spear, 960,000 top-grade spirit stones. Low-grade Immortal Artifact, Hunyuan, Celestial Blade, 26 million Emperor-grade spirit stones. Low-level Immortal Pill Huolong, Tiandon, 19 million Emperor-grade spirit stones. Seeing the items within the system shop, Jue Tiantong was utterly dumbfounded. Emperor Artifact. Immortal Artifact. Top-grade spirit stones. Emperor-grade spirit stones. Jue Tiantong rubbed his eyes vigorously, but the information remained the same. System, are you messing with me? Are these items really accessible to me right now? At that moment, Jue Tiantong felt an overwhelming desire to tear the system apart and obliterate it completely. Heavens, why did he have to encounter such a troublesome system? He currently possessed only the meager cultivation of the law manifestation realm. He had finally saved up 100,440,000 low-grade spirit stones. But what was the result? Opening a system shop cost him 100 million low-grade spirit stones. What was most infuriating was that the items in the open system shop were all nonsense. Emperor Artifacts. Immortal Artifacts. Top-grade spirit stones. Emperor-grade spirit stones. Were these all things he could possibly access? He felt like he had been played. He was definitely being toyed with by this. The system shop was filled with various treasures, such as pills, talismans, spirit artifacts, immortal artifacts, and medicinal herbs, all of which were dazzling and tempting. However, their grades were extremely high, and the prices were exorbitant. Jue Tiantong observed that in the open system shop, the lowest grade products were low-level emperor-grade pills or low-grade emperor artifacts with nothing he could afford with his current strength. So wasn't this system just toying with him? Host, being angry harms your vitality, which is counterproductive to growth. The early opening of the system shop is to encourage the host to continue striving and not to slack off. The items in the system shop are prepared for you to face the impending calamity. If the host cannot afford the items in the system shop before the calamity strikes, you will surely perish. Not only will you perish, but your offspring and descendants will also meet the same fate. So host, do not be angry, do not give up, and please continue to strive. What nonsense is this? A calamity. Jue Tiantong was taken aback, and the system fell silent again. However, the information left in the system space made Jue Tiantong's expression turn serious. So is the calamity really coming? Moreover, what exactly is this calamity mentioned by the system? The items in the system shop are all prepared for the future calamity. So, Jue Tiantong sighed, deeply shaking his head helplessly. He needed to make money. He had to continue making money. But while making money, he also needed to find a way to trigger the system's rewards. Only by becoming stronger could he. This way it wouldn't be long before he had the ability to purchase those coveted treasures in the system shop. Emperor artifacts and immortal artifacts were truly enticing. But speaking of which, if there are immortal artifacts, does that mean there are immortals as well? Jue Tiantong squinted his eyes, recalling his previous knowledge as a person from Blue Star. The so-called Emperor realm is merely the pinnacle of human cultivation. Beyond the pinnacle of humanity, there should still exist realms of immortals and deities. Thus, the calamity mentioned by the system comes from the realm of immortals. Yes, it must be so. But when will the calamity mentioned by the system arrive? System, can you stop playing dead and tell me when the calamity will arrive? No response. This system is completely useless. Except when triggering system rewards, it basically ignored Jue Tiantong's existence at ordinary times. Forget it, then let me work hard on my own. Jue Tiantong stroked his beard and pondered. So now how can I earn a large amount of spirit stones while also triggering the system's rewards? I've got it. Jue Tiantong's eyes lit up. He suddenly had an idea. The law manifestation breakthrough pill had already been successfully developed, and the market demand for the divine concealment breakthrough pill was enormous. So he not only needed to refine a large number of divine concealment breakthrough pills, but also a lot of law manifestation breakthrough pills to sell to those powerful sects. By doing so, he could incite the greed of those sect powerhouses to take action against him. This way he could earn a lot of spirit stones while also triggering the system's rewards, achieving 2 goals at once. No, it's actually 3 benefits. The more pills he refines, the more his alchemy skills will naturally improve, allowing him to refine even more advanced pills. Thinking of such benefits, Jue Tiantong was not as angry about the previous matters anymore. After all, it was just 100 million low-grade spirit stones. With his current alchemy skills, wasn't it just a matter of refining 20 law manifestation breakthrough pills? Jue Tiantong suddenly realized that he only needed to refine 20 law manifestation breakthrough pills to earn 100 million low-grade spirit stones. It seems that making money is quite easy. Yes, empty it. Empty it all. But even if he were to empty it, a city like Yunqing, neither large nor small, now held little value for Jue Tiantong. After all, throughout all of Yunqing at present, although many still needed the divine treasury breakthrough pill, there were very few who needed the dharma aspect breakthrough pill. His continued stay in Yunqing was entirely a waste of time. If he had the mind to refine a few hundred divine treasury breakthrough pills in this small Yunqing to earn tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones, he might as well have gone to larger cities earlier to refine some dharma aspect breakthrough pills and earn even more. Having made his decision, Jue Tiantong immediately left Yunqing. However, before leaving, he also purchased a map of the southern wilderness. Yunqing was basically considered the border region of the southern wilderness. Therefore, he should go to some much larger cities. 3 days later, Jue Tiantong arrived at his new destination, the imperial city of the Great Chu dynasty in the southern wilderness. Compared to Yunqing, the scale of Great Chu's imperial city was at least 10 times larger. Within the entire imperial city, the population was said to be as many as tens of millions. As for powerhouses, those at the Dharma aspect realm numbered at least several 100,000 within the city. Even for those at the peak asking realm, there were said to be over 10,000. Within the entire city, there were also some at the peak of the peak asking realm, and even Heavenly King realm powerhouses stationed. According to Jue Tiantong's understanding, within the inner city of the imperial capital in the Great Chu royal family, there was even a quasi-saint above the Heavenly King realm stationed. The founder of the Great Chu royal family was said to be a saint realm powerhouse. Gazing at the magnificent Great Chu imperial city before him, which seemed to radiate boundless splendor, Jue Tiantong felt an exhilarating and wonderful emotion. This was a city that could make him stronger and wealthier. 100,000 low-grade spirit stones. Indeed, this is the Great Chu imperial city. The entrance fee of 100,000 low-grade spirit stones surprised Jue Tiantong greatly. However, after entering the city, what he saw and heard only strengthened his resolve to earn a huge sum of money in Great Chu. Soon, Jue Tiantong spent 3 million low-grade spirit stones at a medicinal pill shop to purchase a pill formula. Then he found an ordinary inn within the imperial city and settled down. Imperial City, Outer City, South District. 3rd floor of Lingxiao and inside a room. The Imperial Extreme Body Tempering Pill, just the formula costs 3 million low-grade spirit stones. Looking at the pill formula in his hand, Jue Tiantong couldn't help exclaiming, within this Imperial City the prices are truly ridiculously high. However, a single top-grade high-quality imperial extreme body tempering pill can sell for 3 million low-grade spirit stones, so the profit margin is huge. According to my indirect inquiries today within the entire imperial city, there is a huge demand for pills like the imperial extreme body tempering pill that assist those at the Dharma aspect realm in breaking through. Jue Tiantong narrowed his eyes slightly. If I refine and sell a large quantity of imperial extreme body tempering pills, I will surely cause many Dharma aspect realm cultivators to reach their peak in a short time. Then I will introduce the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill. Even if each Dharma aspect breakthrough pill costs 10 million low-grade spirit stones, it will surely cause a frenzy. But before that, I must spread the news of the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill's existence. Only by making people aware of the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill will more people scramble for the imperial extreme body tempering pill. In this way, whether it is my imperial extreme body tempering pills or the Dharma aspect breakthrough pills, they will surely be the most popular. However, by then the prices of various herbs for refining the imperial extreme body tempering pill and the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill will surely become expensive. Therefore, before formally refining and selling these two types of pills, I must purchase enough herbs. Then Jue Tiantong could not help but sigh helplessly. He had spent 3 million on the imperial extreme body tempering pill formula, 100,000 on the entrance fee, and 200,000 on the inn. Now on his person, only a mere 1 million low-grade spirit stones remained. As a result, the plan to purchase a large quantity of herbs in advance was simply unfeasible. So would he have to refine some pills for sale first? Just as he was worrying, he inadvertently looked out the window, and suddenly his eyes lit up. It's that grandson. What a coincidence. Jue Tiantong actually saw an acquaintance within this imperial city. A young man with a stature of 9 feet, a robust physique looking like a fierce bull. That was his grandson Zhu Yan. That grandson had a cultivation of the Heavenly King Realm 6th level. With his help, great things could be achieved. Jue Tiantong became ecstatic and immediately opened the window of his room, fully leaned out half his body, and shouted with all his might toward Zhu Yan, who was on the city street, 2 li away. Zhu Yan, grandson, come to your grandpa quickly. Zhu Yan, grandson, come to your grandpa quickly. This sudden shout instantly attracted countless gazes. Zhu Yan, who was walking on the imperial city street, nearly stumbled forward. Zhu Yan, grandson. Zhu Yan looked confused. Was this calling for him? Moreover, the voice sounded familiar, as if he had heard it somewhere before. Looking toward the source of the sound, Zhu Yan saw on the 3rd floor of an inn a white-haired old man leaning out half his body and waving. It seemed like he was greeting someone. No, it seemed he was greeting him. That. Holy crap. Suddenly Zhu Yan's eyes widened. That white-haired old man was actually the one he had encountered at Xinyuan sect some time ago, the old man wearing a tattered burial robe. Now he was clean, so he almost didn't recognize him. So that old man was indeed waving at him and calling him great. Truly, it requires no effort to get it. Back when he left Xinyuan sect, he, a dignified Heavenly King Realm 6th level powerhouse, had actually lost track of an old beggar at the peak of the Yuan Dan realm. And now he had actually seen that old man again in the Great Chu Imperial City. This was truly something he had searched hard for. Grandson, come to your grandpa quickly. On the 3rd floor of Lingshao, and seeing that Zhu Yan had noticed him, Jue Tiantong shouted, even louder, his expression even more joyful. But Zhu Yan's expression turned even more grim and furious. He himself was a dignified Heavenly King Realm powerhouse, and also the 16th son of the sect master of the Wushan Dao sect. Now a strange old man was calling him grandson over and over. Who could tolerate that? Absolutely intolerable. Courting death. Zhu Yan stepped forward, unleashing his Heavenly King Realm aura, and instantly appeared in the sky beside Ling Shaoan. This scene directly startled the countless people who had been attracted by Jue Tiantong's behavior. A Heavenly King Realm powerhouse. That old man had actually provoked a Heavenly King Realm powerhouse. He was dead for sure. Sensing the sudden killing intent emanating from Zhu Yan, Jue Tiantong suddenly woke up. It's all over. This grandson Zhu Yan has no idea who I am. Could I be killed by this grandson Zhu Yan? You insolent grandson, kneel down. With the mindset of giving it a try, Jue Tiantong immediately pointed his finger at Zhu Yan, who stood in the sky ahead, and scolded sternly, you Zhu Yan are utterly rebellious. You actually want to lay hands on your grandpa. Don't you fear being struck by lightning from heaven? Thump. Rumble. Strangely enough, at this moment, as Jue Tiantong's words were spoken, without any warning, Zhu Yan, who was about to attack, actually fell to his knees with a thump. Above the sky, the roar of thunder resounded. Haha, I told you, a grandson who dares to strike his grandpa will be struck by lightning from heaven. Seeing Zhu Yan really kneel and the thunderous sound from the high sky above, Jue Tiantong immediately burst into laughter. Why? Why did I kneel down? In the high sky above the eastern side of Lingshao, and Zhu Yan's expression was one of horror, his eyes filled with intense shock. He could not comprehend how he had inexplicably knelt down. Moreover, it was directed towards the old man looking at him from the 3rd floor window of the inn. And above was there thunder. Grandson, even wanting to kill your grandfather, you are truly rebellious. Looking at the horrified Jue Tiantong was now wearing a face of glee. You still want to make a move against your grandfather? Have you been scared? Grandfather. Jue rose, old ghost if you dare. Jue, if you continue to be so disrespectful, do you believe I will have your father Jue Wuxian come to deal with you? Jue Tiantong's words directly interrupted Jue, causing a significant shock within him. In this world, the heavenly Tao truly exists. Normally, let alone ordinary people, even saints calling out the name of an emperor would invite the heavenly Tao's punishment. After all, in this world, the emperor is a being recognized by the heavenly Tao and cannot be offended by the weak. But now, this old man in front of him actually dared to call out his father Jue Wuxian's name directly, and he had not received the heavenly Tao's punishment. What is going on? Brat, come in and speak, don't stand outside and make a fool of yourself. Jue Tiantong turned and walked towards the room, and after hesitating, Jue also entered through the window. He must clarify this matter today. After crossing his legs and taking a sip of tea, Jue Tiantong slowly said, I am Jue Tiantong, and I have 9 children beneath me. The eldest son is Jue Wushuang, the second son is Jue Wujia, the third son is Jue Waya. 9 sons Jue Wuchen. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Juyan's expression became even more shocked. Jue Tiantong. This old man in front of him is actually named Jue Tiantong. Juyan clearly remembered that his grandfather seemed to have this name. However, his father Jue Wuxian had personally said that his grandfather Jue Tiantong had passed away 100,000 years ago. Juyan, you are the 16th son of my 6th son Jue Wuxian. The last time I saw you, I couldn't recognize you, which was unexpected. However, today I clearly stated you are my grandson, yet you still want to make a move against me. How is it? Is my strength too weak to control you? Or is your old father Jue Wuxian too far away? Gulp. Juyan was increasingly alarmed. He was certain that the person in front of him might truly be his grandfather. You? Are you really my grandfather? Nonsense. If I'm not your grandfather, then who is your grandfather? Jue Tiantong squeezed out a drop of blood. Brat, see whose bloodline flows within you. This is actually true. He felt it. Juyan was even more shocked. That drop of blood contained the unique bloodline power of the Jue clan. Moreover, within that drop of blood from Jue Tiantong, there was an incredibly vast and pure power belonging to the Jue clan. And just that one drop of blood made Juyan feel a tremendous pressure stemming from the bloodline. So this was truly his grandfather Jue Tiantong, no doubt about it. But why did this drop of blood from his grandfather contain a power far more terrifying than that of his father Jue Wuxian? It should be known that his father Jue Wuxian was currently a terrifying existence at the peak of the emperor realm. A drop of blood could crush 100 miles of territory, containing an incredibly formidable power. But now in that drop of blood from Jue Tiantong to Jue Yin felt a power that was far more fearsome than that of his father's imperial blood. Although it wouldn't crush 100 miles of territory like imperial blood, it possessed a certain kind of terrifying power that was difficult to describe. Could it be the strongest power of the Jue clan's bloodline? At this moment, seeing Juyan, who appeared to be frightened, Jue Tiantong also realized. What he possessed was the Chaos Supreme Divine King's body, so the power contained within that drop of blood was the bloodline strength of the Chaos Supreme Divine King. With just that one drop of blood, let alone Juyan, even his emperor sons would gain immense benefits from it. Brat, go do a favor for your grandfather. This drop of blood is yours now. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Juyan knelt down with a thud. Grandfather, is everything you said true? Gulp. Juyan swallowed hard, looking at that drop of blood, licking his lips as his heart began to race. He could sense that this drop of blood would bring him tremendous benefits. At this moment, he no longer doubted whether the person in front of him was truly his grandfather. Given this drop of blood, even if he wasn't his grandfather, he would consider him his grandfather. What is this brat thinking? Seeing Juyan's expression, Jue Tiantong muttered as he waved his hand, causing 2 sheets of parchment to float in the air, his finger acting as a pen, using the world's essence as ink, quickly writing down the names of at least 70 or 80 types of medicinal materials. Go get these medicinal materials for your grandfather, the more the better. Jue Tiantong emphasized. If you are capable, you can even buy all of these materials within the imperial city. Juyan took the 2 sheets of parchment. You want these medicinal materials, grandfather, for what purpose, and why? The more the better. Don't ask too much about your grandfather's matters, just do as instructed. 3 hours later, Juyan returned to the Lingshao Inn where Jue Tiantong was. News was rapidly spreading within the imperial city today. It was said that a powerful figure at the king realm was buying various medicinal materials in large quantities. As these messages spread wildly, an even more astonishing piece of news emerged. In the outer city of the entire Dechu imperial city, many types of medicinal materials were out of stock in various shops. Even within the imperial city's alchemist association, many types of medicinal materials had been bought out in one go today. Grandfather, this spatial ring contains the medicinal materials you need. Juyan handed Jue Tiantong a spatial ring, which was also a top-grade spiritual artifact. Jue Tiantong asked, "So how many medicinal materials did you purchase?" Zhu Yin then proudly replied, "As your grandson, I am quite capable. According to the details you provided for the medicinal materials, I bought a total of 326,756 plants of medicinal materials for you." Hearing this, Zhu Tiantong's hand trembled and the flesh on his face quivered. 326,000. Goodness, did this grandson really buy out some of the medicinal materials in the imperial city? How many imperial body refining pills and law avatar breaking pills could he refine with that? He hit the jackpot. This time he had truly hit the jackpot. Alright, you did well. Zhu Tiantong waved his hand. You are no longer needed by your grandfather. Go attend to your own matters. Hearing this, Zhu Yin felt a bit excited. Excited about what? He definitely intended to go into seclusion to refine the drop of blood his grandfather had given him. Therefore, he had no thoughts of staying by Zhu Tiantong's side. However, just as Zhu Yin was leaving, Zhu Tiantong said again, "By the way, do one more thing for me, and then you can go about your own business." "Grandfather, you say it." Zhu Tiantong then said, "No matter what method you use, just spread 2 messages. First, starting from 10 days later, Ling Xiao and will sell 100 imperial body refining pills daily. Second, 1 month later, Ling Xiao and will sell 10 law avatar breaking pills daily." Hearing Zhu Tiantong's words, Zhu Yin finally realized. His grandfather Jue Tiantong was an alchemist, so the need for so many medicinal materials was because Jue Tiantong wanted to refine pills for sale. The imperial body refining pill Zhu Yin knew was a very powerful pill that helps people to break through quickly within the law avatar realm. But the law avatar breaking pill? Zhu Yin curiously asked, "What kind of pill is the law avatar breaking pill?" Naturally, it is a pill that allows a peak law avatar expert to break through to the ascendant realm with 100% certainty. What? Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, Zhu Yin exclaimed in shock. Soon after Zhu Yin departed, 2 major pieces of news spread throughout the outer city of the Dachu imperial capital. First, starting 10 days from now, the Ling Xiao and would sell 100 Huangji body tempering pills daily. Second, 1 month later, the Ling Xiao and would sell 10 Dharma phase breakthrough pills daily. When these 2 pieces of news emerged from unknown sources, the entire outer city of the imperial capital erupted into chaos. Many finally understood why just a few hours earlier someone had been purchasing so many medicinal herbs in the imperial. Mystic scent Luo half mountain, purple Sha 7-star grass, and mid-June half. These are indeed all ingredients for refining the Huangji body tempering pill. At the 6th floor of the Alchemist Guild in the western part of the imperial capital, the aged gray-robed transcendent alchemist Chao Yin took a deep breath. So today that Heaven-tier powerhouse purchased so many herbs just for this preparation. But why have I never heard of the Dharma phase breakthrough pill? Chao Yin frowned, a puzzled expression crossing his face. In the room, Chao Yan's disciple Zhao Lingshuan, now a peerless alchemist, said, "Master, the entire outer city is abuzz with talk that any Dharma phase peak cultivator who takes this Dharma phase breakthrough pill will be guaranteed to break through to the supreme inquiry realm. Whether it's true or not remains to be seen." Chao Yin was somewhat shocked, and then shook his head. "I have never heard of such a pill as the Dharma phase breakthrough pill." And claiming that it allows a Dharma phase peak cultivator to break through to supreme inquiry with 100 certainty. Do you think the Dharma phase breakthrough pill is like the rumored divine treasury breakthrough pill, which guarantees a spirit treasury peak cultivator to advance to Dharma phase? Oh wait. Suddenly, as if struck by a thought, Chao Yin asked Zhao Lingshuan, "Wasn't it not long ago that the divine treasury breakthrough pill appeared in Yunqing? Could it be?" A trace of alarm crept into Chao Yan's voice. The method of mass purchasing alchemical ingredients, refining pills personally, and then selling them. Doesn't it resemble the methods of that one from Yunqing? Could it be that the one from Yunqing has come to the Dachu imperial capital? Damn it. The very thought made Chao Yan's heart leap into his throat. As the Alchemist Guild of the Dachu imperial capital, they naturally knew about the sudden destruction of the Yunqing, but they dared not interfere. They had already learned that the one who annihilated the Yunqing Alchemist Guild was the individual from the Eastern Wasteland's dustless immortal sect. If they dared show the slightest displeasure, the imperial capital's Alchemist Guild would soon face the same fate. Moreover, their inquiries had yielded a shocking piece of intelligence. The one responsible for the destruction of the Yunqing Alchemist Guild was said to be the father of that person from the Eastern Wasteland's dustless immortal sect. If that news were true, then the one from Yunqing coming to the Dachu imperial capital would spell trouble for many. The situation was extremely serious. Immediately, Chao Yin ordered his disciple Zhao Lingshuan, "Issue an order. Within the entire Alchemist Guild, anyone who dares provoke the senior, who will sell Huangji body tempering pills in 10 days will be executed without mercy." A few hours later, the news of the Ling Xiao's impending sale of Huangji body tempering pills and Dharma phase breakthrough pills had already reached the inner city. Inside the inner city at the Qi Prince's mansion, crouching like a great beast, came a voice, "Ling Xiao. Someone is going to sell Huangji body tempering pills and Dharma phase breakthrough pills there." In the study of the Qi Prince's mansion, the Prince of Qi, Mo Lingxiao, who appeared barely 20 handsome with sword-like brows and star-like eyes, yet pale and sickly sat in a wheelchair, fists clenched and chest heaving. Damn it. Who is trying to harm me? Before him a middle-aged man with a scholarly air clad in a deep blue robe bowed. Your Highness, the Lingxiao Inn is your secret asset. Could it be that the other princes have discovered this and are targeting you? Is that so? Mo Lingxiao's fists trembled slightly. I have been tolerating all along. Why must they keep pressing me? Suddenly Mo Lingxiao's gaze turned ruthless, and an astonishing aura of a powerhouse radiated from him, as if a hurricane had swept through the room. If they push me further, do they really think I dare not strike back? If they take one more step, they'll drag them all down with me. The scholarly middle-aged man placed a hand on Mo Lingxiao's shoulder, instantly calming his agitated emotions. Your Highness, please don't act rashly. You have endured for centuries. Do not let your efforts be wasted. Perhaps the matter at the Lingxiao Inn is not as we suspect. Han Shuo bowed. Your Highness, allow me to personally investigate the inn's information first. Calming down, the hurricane in the room dissipated, and Mo Lingxiao's emotions settled. He appeared as sickly as before, a complete contrast to his outburst moments ago. Uncle Han, let's wait a little longer. Mo Lingxiao narrowed his eyes. It's only 10 days. We can wait that. By then we'll know whether this is a scheme by the other princes against me. In the outer city south of the city. Because of the two announcements, the Lingxiao Inn, which normally had sparse patronage and rarely filled even once a year, was now packed to capacity. Both the first and second floors were nearly full. A diner said, Manager, your Lingxiao Inn was doing fine with its cuisine. Why are you switching to selling pills? Another guest chimed in, Manager, your inn has been operating at a loss for years. Could it be that this is why you're turning to pill sales to keep the business afloat? A third guest added, Manager Chong, we understand you need to make a living. We also understand that if the inn isn't doing well, you need alternative means to cover expenses. But selling pills, not to criticize, but the Alchemist Guild will certainly not allow you to meddle in this. Another diner said, exactly. Within the imperial capital, anyone wanting to trade in pills must obtain the Alchemist Guild's approval. Pill sources your own alchemist a trading license. None of these are easy to acquire. And even if the guild agrees to let your Lingxiao Inn sell pills, the taxes you'll have to pay them will be exorbitantly high. So Manager, it seems you won't reap much benefit after all. Facing the questions and chatter from the many diners, Chong Yu, the current manager of Lingxiao Inn, was completely flustered. Because it was only after a flood of customers poured into the inn that he learned of the news that Lingxiao Inn would be selling pills. To be honest, when Chong Yu heard about it, he was also deeply shocked. He had no prior knowledge of this matter whatsoever. Could it be that the Prince of Qi himself arranged for the Lingxiao Inn to sell pills? No, definitely not. Because Chong Yu knew that the Prince of Qi would never be foolish enough to reveal his own trump card. So whose scheme was this that the Lingxiao Inn would sell pills? Regarding the matter of the Lingxiao Inn selling medicinal pills, Manager Chong Yu found it utterly absurd. Yet suspecting it might be a ploy targeting his master, he felt the situation was extremely grave. Thus Chong Yu promptly reported the matter. However, the only reply he received was a single word: wait. On ordinary days, the Lingxiao Inn barely saw a handful of patrons from morning till night, usually closing its doors by the hour of Su. But today, because of this incident, even as the hour of high approached, the inn was still filled with guests. As a result, the day's revenue at Lingxiao Inn naturally multiplied several times over. At this fragrance, suddenly a diner inside Lingxiao Inn sniffed the air drawn by some scent, and his gaze instinctively turned toward the second floor. Elixir fragrance. This is the scent of an elixir. Having seemingly confirmed something, the diner exclaimed in astonishment, such an elixir fragrance. This old man has had the fortune to smell it before. It is the aroma of the imperial ultimate body tempering pill. Immediately the diner set down his chopsticks and asked the manager Chong Yu with excitement, Manager, does this Lingxiao Inn harbor an alchemist capable of refining the imperial ultimate body tempering pill? This, can it be true? Before Chong Yu could respond, another diner exclaimed in surprise, the imperial ultimate body tempering pill. That is a supreme high-grade elixir capable of helping those at the Dharma phase realm to rapidly break through within that stage. Such a pill is beyond the abilities of even many exceptional alchemists. So Manager, does this Lingxiao Inn truly have an alchemist who can refine the imperial ultimate body tempering pill? At this, Chong Yu was also greatly astonished. As the manager of Lingxiao Inn and a powerhouse at the 9th level of the Dharma phase realm, he had immediately sensed the elixir fragrance emanating from upstairs. The imperial ultimate body temp. So someone was refining pills in his inn and planned to sell them here in a few days. How audacious. If this continued, it would surely disrupt King Qi's plans. Everyone, the Lingxiao Inn has no alchemist of its own. The one refining pills must be a guest staying here. Chong Yu clasped his hands. I apologize, but the inn is closing for today. I have matters to attend to, so I must ask you all to leave. Your wine bills are on the house. After instructing the waiter to close the inn, Chong Yu's expression turned stern as he headed for the 3rd floor. The closer he got to the third floor, the stronger the elixir fragrance became. He had arrived. Standing outside a guest room on the third floor, Chang Ye's face grew extremely solemn. He distinctly remembered that the occupant of this room was the one who had dared to call a Heavenly King realm powerhouse grandson. This was going to be troublesome. Having called a Heavenly King realm expert grandson without consequence was something he could not afford to provoke. Even his master might not be able to handle it. What should he do now? He could not act on his own. He had to report this. Yet the reply was simply to wait and see. Before he knew it, the 10th day had arrived. Inside the room on the third floor of Lingshaoan. Phew. Jue Tiantong let out a long breath of turbid qi, feeling perfectly fine. 10 consecutive days of refining pills had not brought him the slightest fatigue. Moreover, Jue Tiantong discovered that the alchemy skill granted by the system made pill refining remarkably easy. Though he had never dabbled in alchemy before, he had heard that many alchemists spent a long time on a single batch of pill. Some took days, others months. Yet now he could finish a batch in an average of 1 hour. By now he had refined over 1,000 imperial ultimate body tempering pills, selling 100 pills each day that would last 10 days. At a price of 3 million low-grade primal stones per pill, he had amassed wealth worth over 3 billion low-grade primal stones in these 10 days. Converted to high-grade primal stones, that would be 3,000 high-grade primal stones. Yet in his system shop, even the cheapest item cost hundreds of thousands of high-grade primal stones. Thus he needed to work even harder to earn money and purchase items from the system shop. Yes, he had to keep, but for now he had to arrange for the pill sales. Leaving his room, he found the manager of Lingshaoan. Manager, this old man wishes to strike a deal with you. Jue Tiantong got straight to the point. The news that this would start selling pills from today was spread by my order. However, I still need to refine pills and have no time to sell them myself. So I want to entrust this matter to you. Naturally, if you help me, I will reward you accordingly. At that moment, the first and second floors of the inn were crowded with patrons. In fact, everyone had come because of the imperial ultimate body tempering pill. Thus, Jue Tiantong's conversation with manager Chang Yu was completely unguarded. Jue Tiantong then produced a pill between his fingers, a faint golden hue with 3 dragon-like patterns covering its surface. This is a supreme high-grade imperial ultimate body tempering pill. A single pill can allow any cultivator at the Dharma phase realm to break through 3 consecutive minor stages within that realm. If you agree to my deal, this pill is yours. Hearing this, Chang Yu felt a stir of excitement in his heart. He was currently at the 9th level of the Dharma phase realm. If Jue Tiantong's words were true, would that mean he could break through to the 12th level after consuming this pill? However, the matter of having Lingshaoan sell pills was of great importance. Though tempted, Chang Yu was merely a minor figure beneath his master. He dared not make such a decision. Just then a refined middle-aged man in a navy blue robe entered the inn. Seeing him, Chang Yu was taken aback. A major figure from his master's side had come personally. Senior Lingshaoan accepts this deal. Entering the inn, Han Shuo looked at the pill in Jue Tiantong's hand with surprise. He could sense that the supreme high-grade imperial ultimate body tempering pill in Jue Tiantong's hand seemed even more pure. Nevertheless, he said, but we need to test whether the pill is as effective as you claim. Formidable. So this was the big shot behind Lingshaoan. Seeing Han Shuo, Jue Tiantong immediately sensed that this was a powerhouse on par with Zhu Yin, a Heavenly King realm expert. With such a person, having the inn handle this deal would be much safer. Thus, upon hearing Han Shuo's words, Jue Tiantong opened his palm. Very well. Have your men pick any pill and test its effects. All right, then let your people randomly select a pill to test its effects. Even the innkeeper Chang Yu, who was close by, wore a shocked expression. For in Jue Tiantong's open hand lay a pile of identical exquisite high-grade Huangji body refining pills, impossible to differentiate which was superior or inferior. There were at least 20 to 30 of them, all exquisite, high-grade Huangji body refining pills. The quality of these pills is even better than those purchased from the Alchemist Guild. A single pill of this quality could allow someone of my cultivation realm to break through 2 or 3 minor realms within the same stage, something even the pills sold by the Alchemist Guild cannot achieve. What kind of identity does this elder possess? How could he casually take out so many high-grade Huangji body refining pills? At this moment, as Jue Tiantong's palm opened, the many patrons in the Lingshao and were utterly astonished. Each one gazed longingly at the pills in his hand. Is it too much to ask for a single pill for this old man? Suddenly, amidst the crowd's astonishment, a voice rang out, and a powerful figure at the 7th level of the Law Phase realm transformed into a shadow, attempting to snatch the pills from Jue Tiantong. A mere ant at the 7th level of the Law Phase realm seeks death. However, before Jue Tiantong could eat, with the sound of flesh being crushed, the 7th level Law Phase strongman, who had rushed and turned into a mist of blood before he could even scream. I can't believe it. Who was that? How did they manage to act without me noticing? How dare you cause a ruckus? And at this moment, Jue Tiantong realized who had made the move. It was Han Shuo, the seemingly ordinary yet remarkably powerful, elegant middle-aged man. With just a flick of his finger, he erased a 7th-level law phase strongman. Gulp. Jue Tiantong couldn't help but swallow hard. This person possessed terrifying strength. And with this, Jue Tiantong was even more certain that the powerful figure behind the Ling Xiao and was far beyond Zhu Yan. At this moment, with the 7th-level law phase strongman being directly eliminated by Han Shuo, those who had been eyeing the pills in Jue Tiantong's hand were filled with intense terror. Many had never imagined that such a terrifying powerhouse lurked behind the Ling Xiao. Han Shuo then looked at Chang Yu. Since this elder wants you to test a pill, then do as instructed. Chang Yu nodded, looking at Jue Tiantong. Elder, this. Just take one to test the effects. Showcasing its efficacy will aid in selling the pills and allow me to earn more. With that, Chang Yu casually took a pill from Jue Tiantong's hand and swallowed it, seemingly savoring the effect. 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. Boom. After a few breaths, Chang Yu's aura suddenly erupted, and his law phase avatar emerged in the sky behind him. Moreover, with the emergence of his avatar, Chang Yu's cultivation level rapidly broke through in front of countless witnesses. Law phase realm 10th level. Law phase realm 11th level. Law phase realm 12th level. In just over a dozen breaths, everyone bore witness. After consuming that one pill, Chang Yu's cultivation unexpectedly broke through from the 9th level of the law phase realm to the 12th level. The pinnacle of the law phase realm. I can't believe my cultivation actually reached the pinnacle of the law phase realm. After stabilizing his aura, Chang Yu looked incredulous, his heart overwhelmed with shock. Even the people in the Ling Xiao were equally astonished. The Huangji body refining pill is a type of pill that aids individuals in breaking through their cultivation within the law phase realm. However, in people's understanding, although this pill is powerful, it typically takes several hours to completely refine a high-grade Huangji body refining pill. But now Chang Yu refined that high-grade Huangji body refining pill in just over a dozen breaths. Good, good, good. Witnessing the effects of that one pill, Han Shuo was incredibly shocked, repeating the word good 3 times. Then Han Shuo stepped forward, cupping his hands. Elder, we at the Ling Xiao will take this deal. Furthermore, we will take all the pills you have in hand. Hearing this, before Jue Tiantong could respond, someone in the end boldly said this. Great Innkeeper, you don't intend to monopolize all the pills in this elder's possession, do you? This elder has already announced that he will sell 100 Huangji body refining pills daily. If you... Han Shuo anticipated what was to be said and waved his hand. Rest assured, I will not monopolize the pills in this elder's possession. The Ling Xiao merely sells these pills on behalf of the elder. However, since the pills in the elder's possession are sold by my Ling Xiao, and the price must naturally be set by... Han Shuo scanned the room. For this quality and effect of high-grade Huangji body refining pills, my Ling Xiao and will sell each for 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones. Do any of you have objections? 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones for one. Jue Tiantong's pupils contracted. He originally intended to price each Huangji body refining pill at 300,000 lower-grade spirit stones. However, it turned out that Han Shuo's price of 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones each might be a bit high. Yet as it turned out, Jue Tiantong underestimated the astonishment caused by the Huangji body refining pills he had refined. 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones each. I have no objections, just 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones each. For this quality and effect of high-grade Huangji body refining pills, it's worth 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones each. A mere 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones a pill, allowing us to break through 3 levels of the law phase realm in just a dozen breaths, is simply too valuable. 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones each for high-grade Huangji body refining pills of this quality and effect is an incredibly fair price. If it were the Alchemist Guild. Listening to the discussions in the Ling Xiao, and Jue Tiantong was somewhat surprised. A high-grade Huangji body refining pill could sell for 500,000 lower-grade spirit stones, so the subsequent law phase breakthrough pills would surely be very popular at a price of 1 million lower-grade spirit stones. Amidst a few exchanges of words, the collaboration between Jue Tiantong and the Ling Xiao was smoothly established. However, the final condition was that for each premium high-grade Huangji body refining pill, the Ling Xiao would take a fee of 200,000 low-grade spirit stones. To this, Jue Tiantong had no objections. After deducting the 200,000, he would still receive 480,000, which was far more than he originally planned to earn. Therefore, Jue Tiantong was completely indifferent to the Ling Xiao's fee extraction. However, what he did not know at the moment was, of the 100 Huangji body refining pills sold daily, the Ling Xiao only sold 80. The remaining 20 pills were purchased by the Ling Xiao itself. To be precise, they were bought by the Qi King Mo Ling Xiao, who stood behind the Ling Xiao. Initially, Mo Ling Xiao believed that the sale of pills by the Ling Xiao was a scheme aimed at him, but he eventually realized that it was not as he feared. The truth of the matter was that a long-term resident at the Ling Xiao was profiting by leveraging the sale of pills. From a certain perspective, this kind of situation would eventually bring significant trouble to the Ling Shaoan over time. However, with the emergence of those Huangji body refining pills, Mo Ling Xiao felt it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Under normal circumstances, even at the Alchemist Association in the Imperial City, pills like the Huangji body refining pill were scarce and in high demand. Not to mention ordinary cultivators, even many with powerful backgrounds, needed to wait for opportunities to purchase Huangji body refining pills. But now someone was refining Huangji body refining pills at his Ling Xiao Inn and even allowing his inn to assist in sales. Wasn't this giving him first-hand resources and an opportunity to bolster his own strength? Thus, Mo Ling Xiao naturally would not miss this opportunity. Each Huangji body refining pill could make his subordinate stronger. Should that certain cultivator successfully refine the law manifestation breaking pill, a large number of aspiring realm powerhouses could emerge among his subordinates in a very short time. This was incredibly important for Mo Ling Xiao's future path to seizing power. Therefore, with this opportunity, Mo Ling Xiao would have the Ling Xiao and extract 20 Huangji body refining pills every day. The strong cultivators he trained were naturally becoming powerful quickly. As for replenishing the spirit stones for those pills, after being patient and biding his time for so many years, Mo Ling Xiao certainly had prepared for this. Every day, the Huangji body refining pills sold at the Ling Xiao and were in short supply. Moreover, within less than half a tea's worth of time after opening for sale, each day, all the Huangji body refining pills scheduled for sale were already sold out. With an income of 480 million low-grade spirit stones each day, Jue Tiantong's mood became even more delightful. Additionally, as he honed his alchemical skills, Jue Tiantong discovered that his time spent refining a batch of pills was becoming increasingly shorter. Furthermore, the quantity of pills produced each time was also increasing. Previously, he was able to produce 9 pills in a single batch, which made him believe that 9 was the maximum number of pills he could produce in one go. However, after several consecutive days of alchemy, he found that each batch he refined now yielded as many as 16 pills. So now, with the time shortened and the quantity of pills significantly increased, Jue Tiantong was able to refine dozens of batches each day, totaling around 300 pills. In 10 days, I have refined nearly 3,000 Huangji body refining pills. These pills could sustain the Ling Xiao in sales for about a month. So next I shall begin refining the law manifestation breaking pill. After the 10th day of the Ling Xiao's pill sales, Jue Tiantong finally began the refinement of the law manifestation breaking pill. During these past few days, although he had mostly been in his room refining pills, he had heard about the current situation There was only one situation ever since the Ling Xiao began selling pills. Many cultivators at the law manifestation realm in the Imperial City had become stronger. Especially those at the 9th or 10th tier of the law manifestation realm, after consuming the Huangji body refining pills, had all reached the peak of the law manifestation realm. According to common logic, any cultivator who could reach the peak of the law manifestation realm, unless hindered by their innate talent, would definitely be able to break through to the aspiring realm within 3 to 5 years, or even 10 to 8 years. Breaking through to the aspiring realm was inevitable, it was merely a matter of time. However, now in the Imperial City, due to the Huangji body refining pills sold by the Ling Xiao, many cultivators were eagerly anticipating the emergence of the law manifestation breaking pill. According to previous rumors, the law manifestation breaking pill could guarantee any peak law manifestation cultivator to break through to the aspiring realm in a very short time. Therefore, at that time, the demand for the law manifestation breaking pill would undoubtedly be staggering. Jue Tiantong thought that it would be impossible to sell only 10 pills a day. Regardless of the demand or his income, it surely would not be satisfied. Thus, the difference between refining the law manifestation breaking pill and the Huangji body refining pill was merely the grade of the pills. In terms of the time spent on alchemy and the quantity of pills produced, the effects were essentially similar for Jue Tiantong at present. If so, then selling a few more law manifestation breaking pills each day could allow him to earn even more. Thus, Jue Tiantong decided to start mass refining the law manifestation breaking pill 10 days in advance. At that time, perhaps the law manifestation breaking pill would make some powerful factions envious and act against him. If that were to happen, wouldn't he be able to trigger the system's rewards again? Oh no, wait, am I getting confused about refining? Just as he was about to start refining the law manifestation breaking pill, Jue Tiantong suddenly realized, I am now also at the peak of the law manifestation realm, so now I only need one law manifestation breaking pill to break through to the aspiring realm. Narrowing his eyes and tightening his grip on the medicinal materials, he said, yes, I must consume the first batch of law manifestation breaking pills I refine. I need to break through to the aspiring realm first. With a decision made, Jue Tiantong began refining the pills. An hour later, as the fragrance of the pills wafted, a batch of pills was successfully refined. Moreover, this batch yielded a total of 12 pills. 12 pills, not bad. Jue Tiantong swallowed and took one pill, swallowing it down. However, after consuming the pill, Jue Tiantong suddenly noticed that the law manifestation breaking pill he refined seemed a bit different from the one he had made in Yun City. The appearance, size, and pill patterns are basically the same. As for the grade, it is also a low-grade extraordinary pill. But why is the color not quite the same? Jue Tiantong frowned. He clearly remembered that the one he refined in Yun City was blue. But this time the law manifestation breaking pill he refined was cyan blue. Moreover, after consuming it, he felt. Suddenly Jue Tiantong's eyes widened in shock. What the heck? Why is my cultivation weakening? Law manifestation realm 11 tiers. Law manifestation realm 10 tiers. Law manifestation realm 9 tiers. Law manifestation realm 8 tiers. No. Jue Tiantong's voice trembled with fear. After consuming that one law manifestation breaking pill, his cultivation level was rapidly diminishing. In just a moment, his original law manifestation realm 12 tiers had dropped to law manifestation realm. What the hell is going on? In the room, having finally stopped weakening in cultivation level, Jue Tiantong appeared utterly startled, his face pale. I clearly took a Dharma aspect breakthrough pill. Then why has my cultivation level become weaker? Something's wrong. This medicine is not right. Could it be? Jue Tiantong narrowed his eyes and retrieved the medicinal herbs he had used to concoct the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill. Tricolor spirit, infant fruit, twin leaf dragon, soul herb, azure frost spirit, herb, frigid earth, ice, soul herb. This. Suddenly Jue Tiantong lifted a blue herb and his eyes widened. Damn it. This isn't frigid earth, ice, soul herb at all. It's frigid earth, frost herb. From the mixed herbs, Jue Tiantong picked out two plants. They looked similar, about the same size, only with slight differences in color. One was misty green, the other azure blue. Which blasted shop dared to mix frigid earth, ice, soul herb, and frigid earth, frost herb together for sale? Staring at the two herbs in his hand, Jue Tiantong felt as if his lungs were about to explode with rage. Although frigid earth, ice, soul herb, and frigid earth, frost herb looked alike, their medicinal effects were worlds apart. Especially when mixed with other herbs to refine pills, the final effects became completely opposite. Therefore, what he had added to the furnace was not frigid earth, ice, soul herb, but frigid earth, frost herb. Naturally, the resulting pill was not a Dharma aspect breakthrough pill. So what should it be called? Dharma aspect. Letdown pill. How despicable. If he ever found out which shop had mixed the two herbs, he would make that establishment pay dearly. When that time came, he would force the owner to consume the remaining 11 Dharma aspect letdown pills. Damn it, I'm furious. Jue Tiantong fumed, his beard bristling. This was absolutely disastrous. He would make inquiries about this matter once that grandson Zhu Yin finished his seclusion. Putting away the remaining 11 Dharma aspect letdown pills, Jue Tiantong immediately swallowed a royal extremity body tempering pill, temporarily restoring his cultivation to the 9th heaven of the Dharma aspect realm. A few hours later, he would take a second royal extremity body tempering pill to restore himself to the peak of the Dharma aspect realm. This incident also taught Jue Tiantong that from now on, even with pills he personally refined, he would never consume the first batch. What if they were highly toxic? Then he would be done for. After sorting out all the frigid earth, frost herbs, Jue Tiantong began refining the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill again. The pill was perfectly round cyan in color and covered with a single pill pattern. Truly a transcendent grade low-tier Dharma aspect breakthrough pill. But this time Jue Tiantong did not wish to ingest it. What if something went wrong again? In the blink of an eye, a month had passed since Jue Tiantong checked into the Lingxiao Inn. Finally, the day has come. Yes, after waiting an entire month, we can finally see what this so-called Dharma aspect breakthrough pill is like. Indeed, I am already at the peak of the Dharma aspect realm. Only one Dharma aspect breakthrough pill stands between me and the inquiring realm. That may be true, but none of us have ever seen the legendary pill, so its effects. Friend, be cautious. Do not doubt the pills refined by that master. Even if you have doubts, keep them to yourself. Yes, friend. Some words once spoken can cause great trouble. After waiting an entire month, the Lingxiao Inn was packed to capacity from early morning. And most of the guests were peak Dharma aspect realm experts. In the outer city of the Great Chu imperial capital, such a gathering of hundreds of peak Dharma aspect realm experts was unprecedented. Never before had any event been able to summon so many peak Dharma aspect experts to the outer city of the Great Chu imperial capital. It seems the pills I refined are truly appealing. Jue Tiantong was also somewhat amazed by the current situation at the Lingxiao Inn. After 10 days of hard work, he had refined a total of 1,136 transcendent grade, mid-tier Dharma aspect breakthrough pills. If he sold each pill for 10 million low-grade spirit stones, his total harvest would be 113,600,000,000 low-grade spirit stones. Converted into supreme-grade spirit stones, that would be 11,360. At this rate, if he kept working, he would soon have the capital to purchase items from the system's shop. But the items in the system shop were exorbitantly expensive. Over 10,000 supreme-grade spirit stones did not even meet the minimum transaction threshold in the current shop. It seemed he could not rest on his laurels, he had to keep striving. Master Jue, are you truly going to sell that pill called the Dharma Aspect Breakthrough Pill today? Seeing Jue Tiantong appear, the experts who had been waiting in the Lingxiao Inn were immensely excited. Even Han Shuo, an expert at the Heavenly King realm, was equally thrilled. In just 20 days he had helped Prince Qi procure a full 400 royal extremity body tempering pills. Originally Prince Qi had only about a dozen peak Dharma aspect experts under his command. But during those 20 days by today, those 400 pills had created 70 or 80 peak Dharma aspect experts for Prince Qi. If he could obtain the Dharma aspect breakthrough pills as well, then Prince Qi would have 70 or 80 inquiring realm experts in an extremely short time. Then after enduring for a while longer, none of the great Chu Emperor's 6 princes would be able to rival Prince Qi. In a few more years, the entire great Chu imperial dynasty would belong to Prince Qi. Thus, as Prince Qi's advisor, Han Shuo was naturally very nervous and expectant about whether Jue Tiantong could produce the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill for sale today. Rest assured, everyone, all my words will be honored, Jue Tiantong said, and considering your demand for the Dharma aspect breakthrough pill, I have decided to increase the initial day's sale to 100 pills. But after today, the daily sale will be fixed at 30 pills. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, many experts in the inn were overjoyed. Jue Tiantong's original plan was to sell 10 pills per day. Today the number had been directly raised, thus 90 more experts could purchase the long-awaited pill today. This also meant that today over 100 inquiring realm experts would be born within the imperial capital. The emergence of over 100 inquiring realm experts in a single day was bound to truly alarm many great powers. Master Jue, I wish to purchase the very first Dharma aspect breakthrough pill from you. I am willing to be the first. In the end, someone could no longer contain their impatience. Seeing the eager crowd, Jue Tiantong waved his hand and said, everyone please calm down. The Law Avatar breakthrough pill I concocted is a genuine low-grade extraordinary pill, so the price will not be cheap. Hearing Jue Tiantong's words, the crowd was even more shocked. What? The Law Avatar breakthrough pill crafted by Master Jue is actually a low-grade extraordinary pill. While low-grade extraordinary pills are far more powerful than top-grade pills by countless times. Moreover, it is said that the Law Avatar breakthrough pill in Master Jue's hands can guarantee 100% breakthrough to the ascendancy realm upon consumption. In that case, the Law Avatar breakthrough pill in Master Jue's possession must cost several tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones to obtain just one right. Several tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones for a pill that guarantees a breakthrough to the ascendancy realm. That's worth it. Yes, considering our talents, to rely on ourselves to break through to the ascendancy realm would not only take many years, but also consume resources beyond estimation. Thus, if merely several tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones can secure a Law Avatar breakthrough pill, it is entirely worth it. Upon hearing the discussions of the crowd, Jue Tiantong's expression gradually began to change. Several tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones for a Law Avatar breakthrough pill. Just several tens of millions of low-grade spirit stones. Goodness, it turns out that the Law Avatar breakthrough pill he refined is so valuable in their eyes. Then the previous plan of pricing the Law Avatar breakthrough pill at 10 million low-grade spirit stones is no longer viable. So what price would be appropriate? Master Jue, just tell me how many low-grade spirit stones are needed to obtain a Law Avatar breakthrough pill. 20 million or 30 million? Jue Tiantong was about to speak, but then he glanced at Han Shuo beside him. This guy is a powerful king realm expert behind the Lingxiao Inn and is quite ruthless. So let him set the price. Everyone, I have said before that the pills I concoct are sold through the Lingxiao Inn, whether it be the royal grade body refining pill or the Law Avatar breakthrough pill. Thus, just like the previous royal grade body refining pill, the specific pricing of the Law Avatar breakthrough pill will also be decided by the Lingxiao Inn. Han Shuo smiled and said to Jue Tiantong, Senior, according to the market prices in the imperial city, a low-grade extraordinary pill roughly costs between 20 million and 30 million low-grade spirit stones. However, the exact price depends greatly on the efficacy and quality of the pill itself. So, upon hearing Han Shuo's words, Jue Tiantong's hand flashed with spiritual light, revealing a dozen or so Law Avatar breakthrough pills. Let your people choose one, but there will be a charge. The pills are round, smooth, and radiant with a fragrance that is intoxicating, making one feel enveloped by a powerful pill force. Seeing the pills in Jue Tiantong's hands, Han Shuo was somewhat astonished, then turned to the eager Chang Yu beside him. Quick, take one of the Law Avatar breakthrough pills crafted by Master Jue and consume it. Gulp. The pill melted upon entering his mouth, and the overwhelming medicinal power surged through Chang Yu's body like a colossal tidal wave. His aura gradually became powerful, as if a whirlwind was about to form around him. Within him, the vast primal energy in his dantian was undergoing a transformation due to the terrifying medicinal power. Boom. A brilliant light shot up from Chang Ye's body into the sky, and his aura underwent an even greater change. Behind him in the sky, a massive law avatar phantom appeared with immense majesty. However, at that moment, the hand of the gigantic law avatar phantom was gathering a tremendous amount of heavenly and earthly primal energy. After a few breaths, under the astonished gaze of many powerful experts, a green small cauldron phantom actually formed in the hand of the gigantic law avatar behind Chang Yu. Ascendancy realm. The primal cauldron is formed with heavenly and earthly primal energy. Chang Yu has broken through to the ascendancy realm. Heavens, how long has it been? Has it been half an hour? After consuming that law avatar breakthrough pill, Chang Yu actually broke through to the ascendancy realm in such a short time. Incredible, simply unbelievable. The law avatar breakthrough pill crafted by Master Jue can actually allow the user to break through to the ascendancy realm in less than half an incense stick of time. This is truly hard to believe. Indeed, there is a type of pill sold by the Alchemist Guild that helps people break through to the ascendancy realm, but it only has a 30% success rate and takes several days to refine. Compared to the law avatar breakthrough pill crafted by Master Jue, the one sold by the Alchemist Guild is simply trash. Moreover, that pill sold by the Alchemist Guild is priced at 25 million low-grade spirit stones each. At this moment, having witnessed the terrifying efficacy of the law avatar breakthrough pill, many powerful experts were even more shocked and excited. Such an effective law avatar breakthrough pill is akin to an immortal pill for countless people. After consumption, it allows peak experts of the law avatar realm to break through to the ascendancy realm in just under half an incense stick of time. This kind of effect has never appeared in the Imperial City. Look, another primal cauldron has formed. With the exclamation of one powerful expert, a second primal cauldron was condensed in the hand of the law avatar phantom behind Chang Yu, and he had broken through to the second heaven of the ascendancy realm. Second heaven of the ascendancy realm. With a stable realm and calm aura, Chang Yu opened his eyes and couldn't believe it himself. I actually broke through to the second heaven of the ascendancy realm. Heavens, it should be known that just 20 days ago he was still at the ninth heaven of the law avatar realm. But now he has already broken through to the second heaven of the ascendancy realm. Such a leap would require ordinary powerful experts to toil for decades or even a century. Chang Yu, the shopkeeper, and the chief shopkeeper hurry and set the price. Having witnessed the terrifying efficacy of the law avatar breakthrough pill, a powerful expert in the inn was already impatient. For such an effective law avatar breakthrough pill, no matter the price, I want one. Then, Han Shuo looked at Jue Tiantong. Senior One Law Avatar Breakthrough Pill is priced at 35 million low-grade spirit stones, and the Ling Xiao and will take 5 million low-grade spirit stones. What do you think? Yes, the price of 35 million low-grade spirit stones for a Law Avatar Breakthrough Pill, and the Ling Xiao and takes 5 million low-grade spirit stones. This guy is indeed ruthless. However, Jue Tiantong naturally had no objections. After all, his original plan was to sell the Law Avatar Breakthrough Pill for 10 million low-grade spirit stones. Yet now, with the pricing set by this ruthless Han Shuo, it would allow him to make a huge profit. Alright, I have no objections, so let's do as you say. After handing over the 100 Law Avatar Breakthrough Pills for sale today to Han Shuo, Jue Tiantong hummed a tune and returned to his room to continue refining pills. One Law Avatar Breakthrough Pill could earn him 30 million low-grade spirit stones. Just today's sale of 100 Law Avatar Breakthrough Pills would net him 3 billion low-grade spirit stones. Based on the previous plan to sell 30 Law Avatar Breakthrough Pills each day, he would earn 900 million low-grade spirit stones every day. Additionally, with the daily sale of 100 Royal Grade Body Refining Pills bringing in 480 million low-grade spirit stones, that amounts to a steady income of 1,380 million low-grade spirit stones. Wow, earning money in the Imperial City is still the best. After calculating casually, Jue Tiantong became even more excited. A stable income of 1,380 million low-grade spirit stones daily equates to earning 1,380 top-grade spirit stones each day. If this continues, he could earn over 41,000 top-grade spirit stones in a month. In just 3 to 5 months, he would accumulate over 100,000 top-grade spirit stones. At that time, he would be able to purchase items from the system store. Wow, this is amazing, truly amazing. Jue Tiantong clenched his fist. Such immense profit makes my blood boil.